Well, she sneaks around the world from India to Carolina. She's a sticky-fingered filcher from Berlin down to Belize. She'll take you for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me, where in the world is
Kim Jong-un?
Steal their soul in South Korea, making nutty cooks right on from the Red Sea to Greenland. They'll be singing the blues. Well, they never Arkansas her steal. Me come from the jungle. Tell me,
where in the world is
All right, so Kim Jong-un's been missing for a little while. The 36-year-old leader of North Korea. He gained the power back in like 2008, 2012, something right around them type of lines. And the little fat man has had some health issues coming around. All right, like his parents weren't real healthy, his grandparents weren't real healthy, and he's not a real healthy individual. To be a fact, Tucker Carlson sat here and I think he interviewed Donald Trump, and he said the guy wheezed when he walked like he had emphysema, right? Like, wow. And that's crazy, for a guy who's 36 years old to really be on that level. But I'll be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? When you don't do a whole lot with your life, it is what it is. They say the guy gets winded when he walks. So that's kind of where they are. But in the meantime, everybody has had all this conjecture about what's going on with him because people are saying he's dead. People are saying he ain't. The left-wing side of Twitter is over here screaming, oh, wait, you just wait. His sister's going to come to power and she's going to have all the answers to Donald Trump because gay females, because vagina, I guess. I don't know. The left is dumb, right? Legit. That's just really what the deal is. So South Korea, though, is adamant that this individual is still alive. And the reason for that is because they're trying to avoid this. Imagine like living, directly south or north of a country, and that country is a shithole with terrible government policies that continue to force their citizens to flee and leave their nation to go to yours. And the only thing holding them back is the fact that the leader will shoot them if they try to leave. All of a sudden, you'll become the United States and Mexico when it really comes down to it. Right? That's just the reality of things. So the truth of the matter is that nobody really has any idea about exactly what's going on short of China. And China's keeping their fucking mouth shut because, again, they don't want the U.S. standing here gaining control of all of Korea, right? Because if Kim Jong-un's dead, then they have no leadership. The only ones around are the military. Therefore, they can buy them at that point and basically put in a puppet government and start opening the country up. And China doesn't want that. That's just kind of the truth of where it really sits at. So with that being said, nobody really knows what's going on, and anybody that tells you they do is full of shit. All right. Because it's a 50-50 chance that he's dead or alive. You know what I mean? Then there's a whole bunch of in between of, he's in the catatonic state and he's in a medically induced coma. He's, because I think he underwent heart bypass surgery or something at 36. Like, this dude isn't going to live long. I saw a dude in the Joe Rogan podcast one time, and he sat here and he said Kim Jong-un's going to be the last dictator of North Korea. Well, it might not be fucking true at this point. You know what I mean? Because, if he is dead and they're over here, transferring power and getting ready to do things and whatever the case might be, it's gonna be what it is. He might not be the last one. His sister might come to power. Who knows really where it's at this point? So that's kind of where the mental is. You know what I mean? I wanted to bring y'all this news story. I apologize. I've been, spending time with the kids. And I'll be honest, they're more important than y'all. I apologize. Well, not really. Fuck y'all. It is what it is. Anyway, man, look, this is Tom Pease with Pnoid'd News. I got a big breakdown I want to do tonight. I'm probably going to snatch some of y'all up on Discord. We're going to get that done. In the meantime, the situation. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace be like one. Later. What up, man? Listen, home, by popular demand, Pnoid'd's now selling merch. Man, look here, all right? We got 3 designs. We got the Pnoid'd Gorilla regular avatar. We have the Red Dead Redemption. And on top of that, man, listen, we got motherfucking Angry Gorilla, all right? We got t-shirts. We have onesies for your baby. Take your baby and turn it into a baby gorilla. On top of that, we got pillows. Come cuddle up with the gorilla. And on top of that, we got cell phones and mugs. Cop you some merch right now. Is this like, motherfucking, is it over? Like, yo, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, Tom, we're live.
What up, and welcome to Pnoid'd Live. Man, listen, yo, it's Sunday night. You know the situation. Look, you know what I'm saying? I somehow managed to catch Excel when he wasn't over here murdering pigs in the woods in a World of Warcraft server. And I mean, so I figured, you know, maybe we could go live and like actually, you know what I mean, have a live stream on my channel because it's fucking rare that we do this. And I hate doing it from my computer because I feel like my computer's insides are melting every time I try to do it. So
you're wrong, Pnoid'd. We were live on your channel last week at like 2 a.m. because I hit go live and you got a notification and you looked at your phone and you're like, what the fuck are you doing going live on my channel? And then we were live for like till like 5 a.m. or some shit. Talking about nothing, I believe. I don't think we talked about a single issue of importance.
Yeah, that's what are you gonna talk about at fucking 2 a.m. that has any fucking type of importance?
Pussy,
you know what I'm saying? Like fucking sort of like sitting around with a cokehead who wants to solve the world's problems at that fucking point. Like you are legit not gonna have, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Shadow, you can, dude, fucking Brad, like fucking leave your shit up, dude. I don't give a fuck. Like, yo, but in the yo, let me say what up to the chat, man. Red Feather memes of destruction, Booyah Mozzie. You was out here today. What up, man? Shadow Kane, dude. Fucking yo, be drunk and enjoy yourself. I don't give a fuck. Nephil the Demon, my nigga. What the fuck is going on with you? Who the fuck else is out here? Mad Dodge, what up, my brother? How the fuck you living? Motherfucking Tennessee Marine. Always good to see you out in the motherfucking chat. You know the situation, the Jesus of our church. Crazy Ed, what up, man? Fucking welcome. Cyber Taz. Nice to see you out here. Fucking Fat Andy and Michael Hatfield. Man, look, it is beautiful seeing everybody out here today, man. I'm fucking, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Yo, man, look, we love you more, Shadow Kane. You know what I'm saying? Without you, there is no us. It is, that's kind of the situation right now, right? Yo, Nephil, it's your old man's birthday, man. You should be over there partying up with him, fucking, you know, get him some fucking lines and do some bumps or something, man. Fucking, he one of them fucking Colombian dude. He like doing all that ridiculous shit.
Dude, not everybody has your fucking dad, dude. Like, if it's my dad's birthday, the best thing you can do for him is like buy him a 5th of vodka and leave him the fuck alone. Like he's up at he's like 64 now, and that's all he wants. He just wants everybody to get the fuck out of the house, and he's gonna watch reruns of some fucking old sitcom.
Yo, look, man, I remember I was sitting, irate prostate. What up, man? Welcome, my brother. Welcome. It's always nice to see you out here. I was sitting with my kid's grandfather, right? And he was like, you know, in the end of his days, you know what I'm saying? The guy weighed like 89 pounds soaking wet. You can see like he looked like a fucking Holocaust victim and shit. And I sat down with him, you know what I mean? And like everybody's over here, like all these females and lesbians are all crowding around him. They were going, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I sat down and I go, what up, Frank? And he goes, Tommy, you do me a favor, man. Can you go get me an 8-ball, a 5th of Jack, and some fucking hookers so I can end this properly?
You're just like, look, I got fucking 9 months to live maximum. Let me just kill myself tonight. I'm down with that. I'm down with that mentality.
That's how you're supposed to go out as a man. Like real shit. Like, yo, like as a man, like, you get to the end of your days. Like I had to correct my grandfather when he died. Like he was laying there in bed and like fucking they cut both of his fucking legs off his shit. And he's like, I want to go home. And I went over and seen Grandpa. And I stood beside, I said, Grandpa. And he goes, it's that time. I said, yeah, it's that time. Fucking stop being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Fucking show these niggas how to die properly and quit being a fucking pussy. Jesus goddamn Christ, fuck crying and shit. The fuck type of fucking example are you setting for the next generation?
Yeah, I mean, like if I was at like Joe Biden's state right now, I wouldn't be running for fucking president. I would be going out doing everything like off my bucket list that I know is like it's a little bit too dangerous to do, and just for the record, for me, skydiving is a little bit too dangerous to do, right? But I'd be doing that kind of shit if I was Joe Biden right now.
Yeah, I'd be still like,
I would just be going up until I'm like wrestling bears with my bare hands, just so that I don't fucking die, shit my pants, not knowing who I am.
Yo, Adam Harts, what up, man? Welcome, my brother, welcome. Fucking like, yo, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Like, fucking real shit. When I was a kid, I was doing community service, and there was like this old black dude who was part of like this mental institution where I was at, and this nigga, like, he felt it was like his time to go. So this nigga like got up, put his shoes on, put his motherfucking top hat on or whatever. You know what I mean? Fucking got to put his trench coat on, went outside, stole the fucking car, drove down the goddamn road and fucking rode off the goddamn mountain and shit. You know what I mean?
He's like, it's over. It's time.
Yo, it is what it is. 3-4 Show to what up? Is this the Kim Jong-un death pregame party? Like, yo, look, nobody really like, we were having a conversation about this, right? Like, everybody's like, yo, Tom Pease, we agree with you. I'm like, yeah, because my point is fucking reasonable. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you like, then this is kind of the thing. Like, a lot of people, like, they have to know, and I just, I have no problem going, I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like,
shit's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed, man. What do we do now? No fucking idea. Me neither, man. Great idea.
How about we'll hang out and see where this takes us? How about that one there? You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
And you're like, is it like, would it hurt the fucking mainstream media, like, just every once in a while to just be humble and say that? Just be like, yeah, I know. We don't fucking know.
Like, yo, how hard would it be for, like, you know what I mean, the mainstream media, fucking like CNN or MSNBC, just to go, we don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. Like, yo, they would fucking lead the goddamn news. 3-4 Show to what up, nigga? Right? Fucking like legit. If they would just every once in a while go, fuck, we don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
imagine how much less contentious this quarantine COVID-19 bullshit would be if everybody just came out and been like, uncharted territory, man. We don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Like, yeah. Motherfuckers is just standing here going, we don't fucking know. You know what I mean? We legit, we don't know. Like, I would love for people to come out and fucking say that shit. Just fucking come out and go, I don't know. Like, why is that so hard to admit as a person or as like an authority figure sometimes, just to go, I don't fucking know, dude. You know what I mean?
You know what? Like, a lot of the times the shit we talk about, we have like super adamant opinions about it, but at the end of the day, it's just adamant opinions. We don't fucking know. You have no fucking clue.
Well, we know some things.
Yeah, like, we might be educated or pointing in like the right direction, but we don't fucking know.
Yeah. I mean, we know enough to like get to the level of where, like, we can go, all right, man, like, this is what's probably gonna happen, right?
Yeah, there's a level. Like, it's I don't know is on a spectrum.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, I know up until the point when that fucking shit changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't account for every variable. You know what I mean? Like, if some crazy shit happens and an earthquake hits New York and the fucking shit goes down into like the fucking ocean, our stock positions were on an I don't know level at that fucking point, right? But the current, I know exactly where it's going right now. Up. It is what it is. MC, what up, man? How the fuck you doing? Like, that's kind of the mentality. Like, saying I don't know is not a bad goddamn thing in any manner. When you just, when you're not fucking sure, it's much better to be able to go, fuck it, who cares? You know what I mean? You're like, whatever, fucking, we'll see how the fuck this goes.
Oh, man, we got Mad Dodge in the house, and I don't mean to bring the stream down, but I think it's kind of important, man. It's been a year since Cabbage Patch Bastard died, and you know what? He was a Pnoid'd live regular too.
He was, yo. We love Cab.
I didn't know him as well as I didn't know him as well as even you did, but great guy.
Man, dude, legit. I did an interview with him probably like a month before he died, man. Fucking, like, that was my boy. Like, he was cool as shit, man. Fucking, we got a lot of love for Cabbage Patch, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Like, usually I would be like, I pour one out for my homies because we sitting around talking around the campfire right now. But I'm in quarantine, so I'm just gonna ruin my apartment's carpet a little bit. Here you go.
There you go, buddy. There you go. You know what I'm saying? we had Kim Jong-un, you know what I'm saying? Like South Korea says he's still alive. China don't fucking have any words about it at all. You know, I mean, the news is reporting he's dead. Left-wing Twitter is rooting for his sister to become dictator, which I'm be honest is kind of like I didn't cover this in the video. It's kind of patently retarded to hope for another fucking dictator.
What are you gonna do in North Korea though? Like the worst case scenario is she's just as crazy as her fucking brother. The best case scenario is she acts like a female and be like, I want to take care of my people and join the rest of the world.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's a situation. I feel like, you know what I mean, like, you know, it's gonna be more of the fucking exact same.
Yeah,
of what the fuck
she's gonna prove she can be just as fucking crazy as her fucking male counterparts. Where she's not gonna threaten to launch the nuke. She's actually gonna push the fucking button. Fuck you, like, Dad! I told you I could do this.
She'd be a pussy-tater, right? Like, you know, instead of a dictator. That's fucking hilarious. She'd be a cunt-tater. But like, yeah, it's fucking like, why would you root for a dictator in general? Like, just as an in general thing, why would you root for a fucking dictator who's gonna fucking starve out her goddamn people and, you know what I mean, fucking threaten to launch nukes at other individuals?
Well, that's one of the things you gotta look at your options. You're just like I said, how is she gonna be worse? And I just described it. Just because I'm a woman, you don't think I could be a crazy ass dictator too? You just watch.
Like, I don't think y'all know anything about female leadership throughout history.
You're right. You're right. It's been pretty fucked up.
Like, female leaders are way worse than the dudes.
Yeah, it's actually more likely to go the way I was saying. Like, the dudes were just posturing. Like, the women are serious.
Like, I don't know if y'all remember, who was that broad, fucking Bloody Mary, was it? There was a chick that used to actually take baths in the blood of her motherfucking enemies and shit, like legit took baths in the blood of the fucking people and shit. Like, yo, like, she, like, man, listen, females are twice as bad as dudes when it comes down to being dictators. Like, they are fucking savage fucking monsters who will just fucking have no respect for life at all, just in general. Like, get the fuck out of here. Queen Mary, yeah, fucking, like, yo, come on, man. Like, yo, y'all need to stop this fucking nonsense of going, oh, man, she's a female, though. Like, yo, get the fuck out of here. Elizabeth Bathory, yeah, fucking. And listen, Zarathustra, you're fucking have a goddamn fucking rich. Right, welcome. You know what I'm saying? Evil Dead Ed, mud up, man. Fucking goddamn welcome, my brother. Bearded bastard, BB, my brother, fucking Ace the Skulls. How the fuck you living, man? I'll be dead naming that nigga every time I see him.
And that might be like the only time we're like, yeah, we need a woman president. Is if what's her name? Kim Jong. Oh my god, I'd have to look it up. But anyway, her, like, Kim Jong-un's sister becomes dictator, starts launching nukes everywhere, and you're like, all right, Hillary, come on, show her who the real bad bitch is.
Like, yeah, like, look at Hillary Clinton. Like, Bill just wanted to run around every once in a while, like he raped a bitch who wasn't willing. Most of them were all willing participants in the acts that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And like, fucking this Hillary legitimately had niggas falling on bats repeatedly and fucking shooting themselves in the head twice from behind with two different guns. Like, man, listen, come on now. Like, yo, fucking Hillary Clinton had little kids who ended up, they ruled it a suicide because the kids were playing on the train track somehow while they were tied up in duct tape.
What are you, dude? It is perfectly normal for small children to go to train tracks with duct tape that they took out of their fucking dad's workbench and just start fucking playing around and taking people to fucking tracks. It happens all the time.
Yeah, they got rope somehow that they bought from a fucking convenience store, you know what I'm saying, in Florida, even though they lived in Arkansas, right?
Yeah, there's like 5 deaths a decade attributed to that, and only 4 of them are to Hillary Clinton's. You can't possibly make the connection.
I mean, when the rest of the class starts dying of, you know what I mean, random gunshot wounds in a rural town, it's not, you know what I mean, their fucking fault and shit. And then when the parents start falling ill with, you know what I mean, suicide diseases and depression, right? Because everybody knows that every time you stand here and, you know, have children murdered on train tracks, the whole town gets suppressed and starts killing themselves in strange ways, like driving off the fucking road on a perfectly sunny day into a fucking telephone pole, you know, while your hands are duct taped to the fucking steering wheel. Like, that happens constantly. You know what I'm saying?
We learned this from the greatest political family ever, which is the Kennedys. We figured out that this shit just happens all the time.
Yeah. You know, it's just, again, man, like, it's patently fucking ridiculous to think, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, a female leader wouldn't be better, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, history has shown us that they will, you know, when it comes down to it.
I don't know. Like, I just wonder how many generations are going to go by in North Korea with their population being completely brainwashed, in which I don't even believe they're completely brainwashed at this point. They just know, like, if you speak up there, you're dead.
I don't even, I think it's just, like, human beings can adapt to damn near anything. You know what I mean? Like, if you look, like, a prime example, look at the American prison system, right? You have dudes who legitimately just come accustomed to being raped on a regular basis and thrown into fucking holes. Right, and being left in solitary fucking confinement.
It's to the point when, like, you're just like, hey, your time's up. You're like, what? No, don't put me back out in the real world. I'm fine here.
And like, you know, I don't even want to go back anymore. Just I like being raped now from now on. Like I'm adapted to this. Having a cock in my ass.
I have taken it up the ass like a fucking like 375 times now. And you want me to go get a regular job? Fuck you.
Like, what's worse, like fucking getting raped or working at McDonald's? I'm gonna say fucking working at McDonald's. You know, when it comes down to it.
Like, you know what? I couldn't make that assessment, but if I'd already taken it up the ass 370 times and it was just a regular part of my life, maybe I could.
I had an old dude come up, right? And fucking, I had this old dude come up to me at the mill one time. He's like 75 years old, right? And he comes up and he goes, "Hey, Tom." I go, "What?" He goes, he said, "Do you like sucking cock?" And I said, "No." And he goes, fucking, "How do you know? Did you try it?" And I said, "No." He goes, "Well, I did, and I didn't like it." And then the guy just ran the fuck off. Like, I'm not sure exactly why he did this. You know what I mean? But, like, some motherfuckers just know what it's like to suck a cock.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my whole thought is that, you know, your sexuality is pretty obvious, which is why I have no problem with the gays, right? I get it. But I mean, I guess I'll give that guy credit. He wasn't sure, so he gave it a shot, and he's like, "No, don't like it. Don't.
Yeah, I don't
no,
like it, you know?
No, that was bad."
You're not gonna knock something until you try it. You know, it's fucking. Again, humans are adaptable. You know what I mean? You become accustomed to how the fuck you live.
I mean, I would say, like, you know, I'm never gonna try eating shit, but there's enough stuff on the internet where I know that fucking some people actually enjoy eating shit.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yo, cyber yo, man, of course, dude. That's what the fuck we do out here, right? It's, yeah, like, fucking people will come accustomed to damn near anything. You know what I mean? Yo, fucking Shadow King, man. Look here, bro. Don't you be start talking about spooning and shit, motherfucker. That's fucking just creepy in general. All right, I ain't down for all that gay shit. I don't want no cock in my ass, and I ain't trying to put my cock in another dude's ass. Female's ass is a different situation. Right, but like, fucking slow down there, homie. Slow the fuck down.
Yeah, and even then, man, even then, dude, a female's ass, dude, it's probably not gonna go like what you watch in the pornos. Like them,
it does go that way.
No, I don't know,
yo,
dude.
Look, man, if you've never banged a broad in the ass, look, man. All right, I've had many females, all right, who have fucked in the goddamn ass and shit. All right, it just. Look, it's a person by person thing. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's fucking weird.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I've also seen the shit stains on the sheets. So
I feel, well, you have to wipe your dick off before you put it in the other bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's just proper fucking etiquette and shit.
All I'm saying is, like, if the bitch, like, fucking, like, you took her to Chipotle or something earlier, it's probably a bad idea to even try.
Well, okay. Well, it's a weird situation. What you want to do is you want to take her to Chipotle, but then you want to fuck her after she gets done taking that long ass shit she's gonna take, because then her anus is empty. Right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta wait.
You know, I mean, like the bitches is like you get some of that hot shit on your dick, fucking, and your dick's on fire. That's not proper.
I'm just saying, what the porn stars do is they fucking like they get that shit cleaned out real good, and then they bleach their asshole so it actually looks like something you want to put your dick in, and then you do it, and it's, you know, like in the movies, it's great, but most women aren't going to go that far.
Yo, Time Force, what up, man? Welcome, my brother, welcome. Yo, like I'm saying, you know, like fucking, like all right. Look, when you're in a long-term monogamous goddamn relationship, you need an extra hole. Is kind of the situation. Like that's, you get bored with the same hole after a while. You gotta fucking start doing some extra shit. You know, the vagina starts getting used to your cock and shit. You start turning that bitch into roast beef. You know, I mean, you need an extra hole to still be able to make that bitch fucking scream and fucking, you know what I mean, run away from the dick and shit. Like, it is what it is. You gotta do some new stuff.
This whole thing's reminded me. So, like, I was in one of my early long-term relationships. This girl, she was like, just randomly we're watching TV, and you're like, Sean, I think it's time we try something different in our relationship. And I was just sitting there. I was like, "What the fuck? You want to try anal?" And I was serious. Like, I thought that's what you wanted. She started busting up laughing, and she's like, "Oh, nothing to do with that." Oh, so we just had sex. So thought that's where she was going. She's like, "No." She's just like, "I think we should move in together." Which I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't know which one was worse, but that really happened.
I mean, like, yo, if a chick wants to move in together, then you must demand anal. Is kind of the situation. Like, can we try the anal thing first and then you move in? Like, I'm not.
Looking back, I should have went there. No, this bitch was crazy. Like, it was one of those ones where, wait, maybe you haven't been here. If anybody that's ever dated like punk rock chicks, which there's nothing punk rock about them, just trust me. You know, they start out, they seem super cool, and then they go on these nervous breakdowns where they're like, "If you ever leave me, I'm gonna kill myself," and that's where that went. So obviously, I left her. She's still alive, so just getting that out of the way.
Like, yeah, like it kind of is what it is. Yo, Crazy Ed, welcome back, my brother. Fucking, like, yeah, I'm beyond. Like, I had a cross-eyed chick one time. She went from pussy to asshole on top mid-stroke. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, that impressed the shit out of me. You know, it really did. You know, like, fucking, it just, yo, look, I don't know, man. Like, fucking, and punk rock chicks, I tend not to date fucking females like that just because they're way too much of a pain in the ass, and I don't like drugs. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't have a chance to meet them very often. You know what I mean? Like, I fuck a lot of Karen type of broads and a lot of bitches who like work in fucking like insurance offices or like fucking like state workers and shit. Cause, you know, they're easy to meet. They're online looking for dick on a regular basis because they don't want to fuck none of them state working dudes. Right? Because they're all like, you know, fucking feminine and shit. So, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, we have it like here, like, I live in the capital. So, like, there's a huge pool of like female office workers in this area. And you kind of just go online and like everybody poaches one at a time. You know, that tends to be how it fucking operates here. You know, like the punk rock scene is not really around here all like that. That, and I don't like chicks with purple and blue hair and shit. You know what I mean? That's kind of the deal.
Honestly, I mean, I don't think the punk rock scene exists anywhere anymore.
Yeah, I feel like there's not a lot of like fucking
like all the places that used to be punk rock bars are full of fucking soy boys.
By the way, Gaming and Yelling is here. You know what I'm saying? One of our favorite motherfucking YouTubers. What up, my brother? How the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? It's nice to see you out here.
By the way, that's the kind of person you talk to before you decide to do anal with your woman. The gay guys will give you all the tips.
Yeah, look, man, you really want to learn some shit. Talk to like an old black dude, right? An old black dude will tell you all about it. He'll be like, "Look here, man, what you need to do is you take your two fingers and you put them between the fucking butt cheeks in the middle, right? Your ring and your fucking index, ring and your fucking middle finger, and then what you do is you spread the pussy apart like you're telling that bitch to live long and prosper, right? Then you take your thumb and you knock on the butthole 3-4 times, right? Just let her know, knock on the door, let her know that you're coming in there, right?" You know, and like fucking that's how most of my lessons went when I was a fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll start telling you stories about how like some chick said they're gonna, you know what I mean, sit here and like fucking eat somebody's butthole and shit. Right, and like fucking, they're like, yo, so I fucking went and took a shit and I didn't wipe, and I went over there and fucking had that bitch eat my butthole out. You was a trifling motherfucker home. Yo, man, listen, fucking man, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible. The things that we heard sitting on back porches as fucking kids. You know what I mean? Sitting there getting high as a motherfucking higher than giraffe pussy.
Or front porches in my case, but still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
Mr. Goatman's here. What up, man? Welcome, my brother. Welcome.
When I was fucking 20, I used to think when I woke up in the morning and I was on a front porch, like in the middle of fucking nowhere, usually in the hood, and I woke up alive, I thought that was something to cheer, right? I was like, high five everybody, I woke up on the front porch. Now I'm just like, God damn, how did I not get fucking robbed?
Yeah, I'm just like, fuck, man, I got eaten up by mosquitoes and shit, you know, when I sleep on some fucking front porch. Like, you know, it's different when you get older, man. Like, fucking, when you was a kid, you were like, man, I don't give a fuck about whatever, man. I'll sleep in the motherfucking woods, wake up, ticks and ants all over you and shit, fucking grasshoppers crawling in your hair, you know, fucking just brush everything off, stand up, walk the fuck home. You know what I mean? Fucking, did you watch a live stream of the whole Scooby saga? No, but I've seen every episode of the Scooby. I was part of the Scooby saga, nigga. Like, like I lived that shit.
I had a prominent role in, what was it, episode 4, I think. I was Han Solo.
Yeah, I had a prominent role in all the episodes. So, like, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I had a prominent role on the live stream of fucking whatchamacallit, and I wasn't even there. What the fuck's that guy's name?
Well, the best is the best was fucking just recently AP was like, you know what? If Scooby ever wants to reach out with me and just talk, man, I'll just hash everything. I don't give a shit. Like, I know who Scooby is. I know what he's gonna do. Like, just bringing him on. I'll talk to him. I don't care.
Yeah. Yo, but that's because, like, he's like, fucking, like, yo, you're so much better than Dark Ninja. Like, yo, I miss having you around. It's fucking bullshit with, man. Like, there's nobody around anymore.
I know, like, you're so delusionally crazy. I think you believe half the shit you say. Meanwhile, Dark Ninja's over there. I mean, he's trying to tell us well, hold on. He makes $120 million a year. He's a Harvard graduate, and he's gonna run for mayor when he turns 35. Because apparently, Dark Ninja, he said he's gonna run for mayor when he turns 35.
Of what?
I don't know. I don't know where the fuck he's running for mayor at. I just wonder why he's waiting until he's 35.
I feel like I don't know, man. Like, why is it that you would ever elect somebody to be mayor who is like Dark Ninja? Like,
well, he's a Harvard graduate. He makes $120 million a year, dude.
He does not, or else he'd have a better internet connection.
What? Why are you trying to bring reason into this conversation about Dark Ninja?
like I feel like if you make $120 million a year, you wouldn't be online like telling everybody you rub your dick on fucking animals and shit. Like, you wouldn't be trying to alpha troll niggas. You know what I mean? If you made $120 million a fucking year.
Oh, the alpha troll.
Like, the only person he did actually alpha troll was Evil Dead Ed. Yo, Excel. Like,
I was trying to look for my alpha troll thing. I can't find. I had a cool image of it, but it's
right.
It's
like
hidden.
yo, like yeah, but the only person he alpha troll was Evil Dead Ed when it really came down to it. You know what I'm saying?
How does it feel, Ed, to get your ass fucking beat by a goddamn fucking downy? I don't know.
Yep. The only reason I'm saying he got alpha troll because all of a sudden Ed was Nacho Damas, motherfucking welcome, my brother, welcome. Right, fucking all of a sudden, motherfucking Evil Dead Ed was in the middle of my server screaming about how he was going to rape somebody, right, another man, and I'm like, I feel like you took that a little bit too far. Like, I feel like that dude brought some shit out of you that you weren't comfortable with. You know what I mean? That I'm not comfortable seeing. Like, I don't want to hear about how you're going to put your cock in another dude's ass. Like, I don't want to hear about this. You know what I mean? Like, that's just fucking ridiculous. You know, like, no, you don't threaten to rape another fucking man because somebody's fucking trolling the shit out of you. It's just badly fucking ridiculous.
I don't know. At some point, I'm also just like, he's willing to go that far. It's a level of hatred I could never reach.
Like, with most trolls, what I do is the Kung Fu Panda method, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucking stand here, and I don't know if you saw Kung Fu Panda in the end when my man just, like, started grabbing the cannonballs and throwing them back at the nigga and shit, right? Like, that's what I do, is I just stand here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, I got you, nigga. I got you. And I just fucking turn it around and throw it back, right? You know, because it's way easier that way. Like, you don't have to fucking stand here and meet them, right? You don't have to meet them face to face with more trolling. That's fucking done.
Ed's falling back on, I was drunk. Well, Ed, you're drunk a lot, so, like, at some point, that can't be an excuse.
Yeah, you need to learn how to motherfucking drink properly. And if not, don't fucking be on the internet when you're drunk, right? If it's the truth about him having a son.
No, it's totally fine.
No, crazy Ed, you never called the law, ever. Why would you ever call the fucking law, dude? Never. You never fucking call the goddamn fucking... No, man, we don't snitch out here, all right? That's not how things operate. You don't call fucking CPS on somebody, right? Legit. Because, he's never said fucking he's done anything negative to his fucking kids. You just, don't be a fucking snitch. It's fucking gay. Fuck out of here with that fucking bullshit, dude. Legit, I was sitting in my motherfucking kitchen. I went up north and I fucking went to go pick my kids up, or fucking drop milk off to my kids, and CPS was the fuck there. And they was asking me all types of questions about my baby's mom. Do you think I threw that bitch under the bus? No. You know why? Because, like, you don't fucking stand here, you know what I mean, and fucking hand somebody a sword, you know what I mean? You don't help the fucking government at any given point, okay? Because it's more likely of a chance that kid's gonna get raped in motherfucking, like, he's gonna end up getting fucking raped in some fucking adoption home or some fucking halfway fucking spot and shit that they're gonna fucking put him in. Like, real shit. Like, kids are more likely to get raped in the fucking custody of CPS than they are fucking with their fucking parents and shit. And that is a real fucking statistic. Fuck CPS. Real shit.
Dude,
Florida man, what up?
Matt Dodge is out here saying I drink and I know things, and I'm just like, I know things, so I drink.
Look, he said, I drink and I know things. All right. Look, man, all right? When you get to the point where you start fucking slurring and shit, and you're over here talking about how much you love motherfucking Upchurch, I know that you've had way too much. You know what I'm saying? CPS is like throwing your child into a concentration camp. That's no bullshit. Like, Booyah, you ain't fucking wrong. You know what I mean? She started threatening the neighbors. They called the law. Not me. I thought it was kind of hot. Like, I fear you, right? What's maps, nigga? Like, crazy Ed, man, look, you got fucking things to tell me. Tell me in my motherfucking Discord or like on a fucking Twitter message, nigga. Don't be telling me in the middle of a live stream in a goddamn fucking thing, because I can't be over here looking shit the fuck up, all right? You gotta fucking, like, drop me a motherfucking article or something.
Or you can join the waiting room. I think it's about time we actually open the waiting room, unlike people like fucking Barracuda Edwards, aka Neffel, that just joins in like during the pregame. Not understanding that me and Tom P totally had a fucking plan from the beginning of the show that didn't involve a third. We planned it out hardcore too, man. We spent like fucking 3 hours planning the show out. It was
man. It was like something like 3 minutes, some shit like that. I do believe.
Oh yeah, 3 minutes. Sorry, I got minutes and hours. I got them backwards.
Florida man, what up? Florida man.
Yo, what up, man?
Yo, motherfucking Neffel, what up, my brother? How you living? Florida man went back in the waiting room. All right.
Same old, same old. Looks like starting to get hot on my end, and it's not even summer yet.
You don't know how Discord works, Brad? Like, you click the link in the description that says, you know what I'm saying, come to my Discord, and fucking you'll come in and like you'll be in the thing, you know what I'm saying, and we can sit and have a motherfucking, you can tell me all the articles you want to tell me in the Booga General. Actually, we renamed the Discord server from, the War Room to the fucking Bujadin camp, right? Because we are now all Bugadim fucking soldiers and shit. You know what I mean? Let's see what this guy 420. What up, man? Fucking welcome, my brother. Yo, 420. These niggas.
God damn,
Jesus
they just
Christ.
get scared. They're like, I'm going to go to the waiting room to join the channel. They're like, oh shit, we're live. I'm scared. I'm gonna run.
Yo,
I'm gonna run back to the waiting room, dude. It's safe back there in the green room, dude. All you do is fucking smoke pot, take shots.
so I have a question. I have a question for everyone in the chat. Right? Would you like to continue with this format that we're running right now, or would you like to see us stand here and make fun of some niggas who are over here spouting off conspiracy theories about motherfucking white supremacy? And Lee Fuentes, welcome, my brother. Welcome. Right, fucking and nonsense and garbage that fucking the leftists are trying to push on the rest of society right now. Which one would you like to do? Because I have a fucking live stream that somebody did, right, and where they interviewed Chris Hedges and shit, right? Because I'm fucking, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I don't even know what to fucking say. You know what I mean? Legit, I don't know what to say about these motherfuckers. They're legitimately fucking retarded. And, like, yo, and that's what I want to do to them.
Nothing really surprises us anymore when they say stupid shit. We kind of expect it. What will really piss us off if we expect stupid shit coming from one of us? That's where we draw the line.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I hear the term white supremacist, I just tune out. I'm just like, it's bullshit. It's gonna be bullshit. It's gonna be some guy like I hear like the word white supremacist. And I was like, oh, that guy advocated like free markets or some crazy shit like that.
Yo, look, yo, it's not about white supremacists, right? That's not the deal. This is not about white supremacists. What this is about how like white supremacy is destroying the motherfucking like they said, part of it they said that every time a black leader there's a black leader in the hood, they just immediately lock his ass up for no fucking reason.
Yeah, I don't believe that in this day and age. I just don't. In fact, every fucking hood is ran by nothing but black leaders and has been for like the last 20 years at least.
Yo, Mad Dodge, you want to come in and motherfucking join us? You can come in as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, I got a Jong. You could probably help out with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mad Dodge, totally join the waiting room. We'll drag you down. And you can run right back to the fucking waiting room like everybody else can open it up too.
Yo, right. Yo, Excel, you want to fucking load up on my circle, my brother?
I can.
You can.
Technically, you could screen share on the voice chat for Discord now. So and you could stream.
I know I can do that, but I don't trust Tom Pnoid'd to figure that out. So
figure what out?
That you could actually screen share videos. You could do screen share on the voice channel and stream it live if you.
Well, he's running the stream, not me.
Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah. See, that's why the fuck we're not doing that, right? Or else I would load up if it was on my end, we would have already been fucking doing it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, look here, bro. We got all this shit worked out. That's why Excel's here, is because Excel's running the motherfucking stream right now, and I somehow managed to catch him. You know what I mean? In between World of Warcraft fucking pig killings and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not out here slaughtering pigs and whatnot. Right at the moment,
holy shit! Yeah, we gotta have like a video game discussion like sometime, but now's not the time in this stream. Let's watch the video.
Yeah, I just don't got time for video games. Like, actually, I've been playing golf on my phone.
With my current job, I rarely ever have the incentive to play video games anymore. I just fell out of love with gaming for some reason.
I kind of fell out of love with it. Are good, and when you do them, people think that you're cool. And when you do them, people think that you're cool.
I don't know why. It's like video games is like every time when I want to play a video game, I have to. You know what? I don't feel like playing anymore. I don't feel like playing at all. Fuck it. That's where my mentality is at.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. Like most of my time that's like spare, I fucking stand here and fucking. There we go. Most of the time that's spare, I end up like standing here, fucking like doing YouTube, right? You know what I mean? Like when it really comes down to it. Yo, is this gonna load up like fucking an hour and some change into this motherfucker and shit? Like I don't feel like I want to watch it from there. I want to watch it from the beginning and like we'll break down like the first like 20 minutes or so of this nonsense because, yo, Chris Hedges, I like Chris Hedges sometimes. But like most of the time, I'm just like, man, you're a fucking crazy person.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he's spouting off some postmodernist bullshit, but we'll see.
Oh, it's always, you know what I'm saying? He always fucking stands here. You know what I mean? Yo, Booyamazi, let me tell you like this, right? Fucking, yo, video games are a waste of your motherfucking time. Legit. They are just a waste of fucking like your energy and your time, and you could spend your time doing so much more stuff.
No shit. That's the fucking point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
a fun fact. One of my buds online says, I think we figured out that the sole reasons of why video games exist is to control you, not the other way around.
Unless you're making money off of it.
Yeah, unless you're a game developer, basically making money of other people wasting their times. I don't know if people are gonna do it, but it's a really interesting thing regarding video games because some people just do it to kill time, other people want a visual story. And there are video games with lore and stories behind them. I would know. I've played them.
Well, let me.
You've been on the stream where I've played story-driven games.
Yeah, and it's fun standing here like making fun of shit. You know what I'm saying? And talk about your giant chickens that you was riding around and whatnot, right?
At times, or basically beating the crap out of.
Excuse me, Tom Pnoid'd. Excuse me, you call them giant chickens? I just want to remind you that they're called chocobos. A very iconic character in the Final Fantasy franchise. Thank you very much. Excel out. Nerd!
Yo, what the fuck is going on with this thing?
What? Do you want me to play it?
Yo, start from the beginning.
Yeah, sure.
It's at like 52 minutes and shit right now.
Let's see what happens when I hit play.
All right, hit play.
Now I'm supposed to vote for Joe Biden and hope he does better than Clarence.
You have to go back. Go back to the beginning of it. Right. Start. I apologize, folks. You know what I'm saying? We should have had this loaded up when we motherfucking started and shit.
We have a special guest with us today. He's a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and activist.
All right, we're good.
Best-selling author, has written 12 books, including the latest America, the Farewell Tour. There it is.
My circle is asshole.
His work can be found in the New York Times, Truth Dig.
Yeah. For some reason,
please
OBS
welcome back to the show. It's Chris Hedges. Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm good, Jimmy. How are you?
I've been better.
There you go. All right.
I'm enjoying watching the country get fleeced.
And
the progressive politicians standing by and watching it. Can I just get your reaction to what's happening right now with this? Well, not only the coronavirus, but just the complete impotent rage of people like me. That is, I mean, it's just amazing to watch. Not only Bernie Sanders, but Elizabeth Warren, but every member of the squad, including Ro Khanna, just completely roll over for the corporate state. And I keep saying, what's the point of electing people who don't take corporate money if they take orders from the people who do? So what is your take on all this?
All right, so real quick, just Jimmy Dore, I'm going to remind you, you are fundamentally flawed in what you think the best route for freedom economy is. And that's why you're so confused on these things. But anyway, I'm going to go on.
The secret is they were all propped up from the beginning.
I mean, your heart's in the right place, Jimmy. You just got all the facts wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. Every political candidate, every startup is financed and public by people at the top. Very rare you actually see an actual grassroots movement. And eventually they get bought off.
Has made it very clear that either you toe the line. Ocasio-Cortez has decided to do this. Bernie Sanders is doing this.
How's it going there, Pnoid'd? Sorry, I jumped out there.
Yo, join my circle, man. It's in the general.
So, and if you don't toe the line, you're out. There's a very stark kind of division between critics of corporate capital.
So, all right, yeah, we're watching the video and reacting to some leftists saying some ridiculous nonsense. Right, the My Circle link is in the fucking general chat. It says My Circle TV. Watch your videos together. See it?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, yeah, click on that and you can join us. And then, like, when we pause it, we're going to stand here and we're going to, like, react to the video and shit. And then we're going to do it on the live stream. You know what I'm saying? Because this is, like, you know what I mean? Like, one of my favorite things to do on the live stream is just fuck up goddamn, leftists and shit. And by the way, they're saying that Ocasio-Cortez is fucking standing here bowing down to fucking the powers that be, by the way. For everybody that knows how fucking
She's always
batshit
been a
crazy.
government whore.
No, here's what's really going on. It's like, fall in line and we will totally support your re-election bid. Don't, and you know how quickly you're gonna be fucking out. It's gonna be so easy to primary against her. She won with some retardedly low number of votes just because it was a solidly blue district.
Yeah. Well, you could literally run a dead cat in fucking like that.
Yeah, that's what Nancy Pelosi said. A glass of water could have won in that district as long as it had a D after it. That was from Nancy Pelosi.
but a crazy ass fucking Ocasio-Cortez is now bowing to the power structure, by the way, just so everybody hears exactly what's going on.
Yep, because heaven forbid a fucking bartender from New Jersey like really knows their shit and isn't just there to be like a nice face on a fucking shitty ideology. But anyway, should I continue?
Yeah, let's keep it.
Who actually?
It's not surprising. Eventually, they all fall in line. They're all
those who mouth the appropriate words, but in their actions,
it's all TDS.
The corporate state,
and that
would include
to take out the orange.
You're right. The squad, along with Bernie Sanders. Yeah.
So when you stand up for people, like when you stand up for the people who are being kicked out of their house, and you stand up to Wall Street, really stand up to them, and if you really stand up to the corporate state, what is going to happen is you're going to be treated just like those people, the corporate state, are disappearing. And that is the one thing Bernie Sanders is not willing to do. He is not willing to be treated the same way Ralph Nader.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. You see him bow down.
I know that's correct.
You saw him bow down in 2016.
I did an event with Bernie Sanders before the climate march, and Shama Sawant, the Socialist City Councilwoman, was there. And she pressed Bernie
where are you guys
about
in the
running
video?
as an independent. Arguing.
No. Wait, all right. So like,
should be at like 242.
Yeah, can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right, cool. All right, good. Like, and by the way, fucking like, they said that Bernie Sanders is fucking, he's bowing down to the fucking corporate power structure, which I do believe he actually is legit. You know what I mean? Like, because like every time like he gets hit with some nonsense, he's like, well, that's my friend, Joe Biden, right? That's my friend. Like, like Elizabeth Warren. And you say there like, bro, like, fight back and quit being a bitch. Maybe it's just he doesn't have any backbone. Maybe that's a situation.
Yeah,
zero.
Pretty much. Plus, he took like what, 400 million in campaign donations from his followers, and he probably just spent that on the lake house or trip to Norway.
Shut up, dude.
I think he only decided to run because he knows that's the quickest way to make money.
And also, like, that's not true. All you have to do is get in touch with Bernie's office at the Senate. Just call them up, let them know you need a refund for your donations, and they'll totally give it to you. So if there's any Bernie supporters in the chat, call them up and let them know. I just want to, like, you're going to be on hold for like an hour and a half. And, it took like about 20 minutes before I could get to the finance department. It's going to take about 3 hours before you get to somebody, but they're totally going to refund your money. So please give it a try.
Oh, I thought the whole meme was no refund.
Yeah, that's kind of the deal. They're not going to give any fucking refunds. You're not going to get any of that fucking money back. All right, let's keep going.
Arguing correctly that we were never going to build an effective political movement within an election cycle, that the Democratic Party would never give him the nomination, and that they would use him as a sheepdog for Clinton. And that's exactly what happened. Then Bernie spent 4 years, instead of building a real opposition movement, acting as a lackey to Schumer. And remember, the power of Schumer and Pelosi is that they funnel all the Wall Street and corporate money to the anointed candidates. He runs again, and now, of course, he's endorsing Joe Biden. And I think it is political cowardice. He must have been incredibly naive to think the Democratic Party was ever going to give him a shot, even though he was kind of a loyal poodle for those 4 years. All
right, well, he's going, I'm going to clap.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew this. I predict, anybody could predict this, but you're right. You're right there, buddy. Nobody was ever actually going to give him a shot.
Yo, why is he blinking so much?
I don't know, man. Maybe the pollen count's really high where he lives.
Yo, he's indoors. Yo, the guy is blinking like he's like blinking out Morse code. Mad Dodge, join the goddamn my circle, right? Fucking this guy is like legitimately blinking out Morse code. And by the way, why does he look so much like a fucking frog or a turtle?
Well, and also, have you noticed how Jimmy Dore is a lot like Tucker Carlson, where he just has that face? Here's my I'm taking you seriously face.
Yo, dude, that's the same face Andrew Cuomo uses, or fucking what the hell's fucking Vito, fucking Fredo uses that same motherfucking voice and shit, right? He be standing there, he's like fierce gays, fierce gays, fierce gays. Like, yo, I put that in a video one time. Shit, yo. He's like, yo, I'm a real journalist. Like, yo, Jimmy Dore, like, I'll be honest with you, man. Like, this guy here, like, I like him because he covers so much stuff that everybody else doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, when it really comes down to it. And I respect the shit out of him for, like, sticking to his guns and bringing the truth. Like, no matter what it is, like, he just tries to tell the fucking truth. But his leftist fucking nonsense is just terrible.
He's a lot like Bill Maher in that respect. Like, there's some shit that's so... Well, no, hold on. There's some shit that's so ridiculous that he's going to come out and say, yeah, no, fuck you, this is bullshit. But a lot of the times, he's still just a leftist cheerleader. He doesn't have Trump derangement syndrome nearly as bad as Bill Maher does. I'll say that.
Yeah.
The only reason I like Jimmy Dore is because he actually called Cenk shit a couple of times, which is pretty revolutionary, seeing as everyone who works for Cenk Uygur is a fucking yes man, pretty much.
Well, he went his own way for a reason.
Well, like, yo, yeah, fucking, he legit, even on this video, he even says some shit about the Young Turks. He's like, I was standing there in the Young Turks and shit, and like, fucking, you know, they were proud to sit here and put out false fucking narratives on a regular basis and to cheerlead for shit that was fucking bad for our country as a whole.
As long as NBC was giving him the paycheck, sure.
Yeah, like fucking, yeah, he calls them motherfuckers out for that fucking bullshit on a regular. Like, he does it, at least on this video. It's rare that you'll hear him fucking like criticize the Young. He felt comfortable enough to do so with Chris Hedges on here. And I think Jimmy knows he has a big enough platform. He don't have to worry. He's like, that's why I'm not there anymore. Like, yo.
Well, I think it's coupled with the fact that he knows the cost. He does know the cost because she told Sawan, myself, that he didn't want to end up like Nader, and he's not wrong. I mean, they would have destroyed him. They would have gone after a Senate seat. They would have discredited him. He wouldn't have. He caucuses as a Democrat. He has seniority, and all of that would have been gone. He would have become a pariah. The MSNBC crowd and everybody else would have crucified him day in and day out. Although they did a pretty good job of red baiting Bernie even when he was running. Yeah, that's the price. Bernie didn't want to pay the price, and here's where we are.
And so I just want to make it clear, because you hear this constantly. What is frustrating me is in the progressive news space, people are constantly making excuses for Bernie, saying he's too nice, he doesn't have a killer instinct. And what I keep trying to point out to them is, no, Bernie is acting in his own self-interest. This is not because he's too nice. This is because Bernie knows exactly the cost of doing what he is supposed to do, and he is unwilling to do it. And the cost of what he's supposed to do, which is like put a hold on one of these horrible stimulus bills and explain to everybody exactly what's going on and what the problem is. And the problem is Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. For him to do that, the cost of that would be exactly all those things you said, and he's not willing to do that. So in a sense, he's selling us out, and he's really not even getting anything. He's just getting a Senate appointment and people being nice to him. That sounds almost crazy, but that's exactly what's... If you look at every decision he's made since 2016, which completely frustrates all of his supporters, they're like, why doesn't he fight back? Why doesn't he say this? Why doesn't he do that? Why doesn't he point out what... And if you look at it through the lens of he doesn't want to be Ralph Nader, everything he does makes perfect sense. But if you look at it through the lens of he wants to win the election, it doesn't make any sense. And it's because he wasn't willing to do what it took to win the election. And let me just quote you, if I can. You wrote an article called Et tu, Bernie, and you did that, I think, in 2018. And here's some of it. Let me just read some of it. It says, there are two versions of Bernie Sanders. There is the old Bernie Sanders who mounted
Like, yo, man, look, real shit. Like, yo, the left is angry as fuck. Go ahead.
Yeah, so here's the issue, man. Like, you have right-wing populism, which I believe started with Ron Paul. I think that the culmination of like how we ended up with Donald Trump as president started with Ron Paul slowly degrading the neocon presence in the Republican Party, right? But Ron Paul, he would constantly be like, fuck you, nope, I'm not going to endorse the Republican candidate, fuck you and fuck you again, and he just gained more and more popularity. The thing with the left is they don't operate that way, right? Like, nobody appreciates that on the left. Like, a few people might, right? But you don't grow support that way. Like, imagine, like, just think of people like Let's Be Frank, who was a total Bush supporter and looks back and be like, you know what, Ron Paul, he had a lot to say about what our country should do. You don't see that on the fucking left. You just don't.
No. And you're not gonna, you know what I mean? Because, like, the left won't have to be populist because of the fact that they have so many fucking people that they're trying to fucking. The thing is, and this is the problem, like, if Bernie went out and went independent, like what they're fucking calling for here is like him to start like a third party, you'd end up just like pulling out, I don't know, like what, fucking Democratic voting base. You know what I mean? And then the rest of them would have just fucking, you know what I mean? Like, would have just fucking voted Democrat any fucking way. Yeah. And the third party would have got fucking crushed.
Well, and so the other thing is, so Bernie Sanders, like, his left-wing populism is just like, well, I want to make the government bigger and stronger. I just want it to work for us. And everybody's like, okay, Bernie, yeah, sure, we'll give you some things. Like, we'll let the government get bigger and stronger. And then we'll make it work for what we want it to do. Just because you gave us the power to do it.
Like, yo, my 420. Go ahead, my brother.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, fucking, I'm not surprised. Fucking the left, it's like Obama says, a circular firing squad where they're constantly firing on each other, but it's also a circular ass-eating squad. Because if they're not firing upon each other, they're eating each other's assholes.
Well, that's remotely it. You know what I mean? The problem, like, again, like, yo, when you have all these demographics, okay, like, for instance, when you're talking about a Democrat in Michigan or a Democrat in Indiana or a Democrat in Illinois, it's a completely different Democrat than you're talking about in New York or San Francisco or LA or fucking, you know, Florida, right? These are completely different types of Democrats. Like, a Democrat from Baltimore is a whole different animal than a Democrat from, say, like, Ohio, right? Because, like, yo, they're representing different people, so they all cannot, you know what I mean, fucking work together because they're all working at separate fucking things. Like, one's fucking platform destroys another one's motherfucking platform.
Well, no, that's why
it's a constant thing.
That's why Trump exists, is what you're talking about. It's because, like, I don't know what a fucking Democrat is, but the Republicans, I kind of understand the loose coalition going on there, right? It was the original definition of alt-right, which was anti-neocon, which I just want to say, I think all the neocon presidents, they started with Bush Senior,
Reagan.
Reagan started it on accident. Like, I don't think that was his intent. But yeah, like, it started kind of with Reagan, but then it was Bush Senior, Bill Clinton, Bush Jr., and then even Obama basically governed like a neocon until maybe the last 3 years of his presidency.
I mean, the neocon thing, like, and what they talk about here is neoliberals, right? Because, like, they're bitching about their own party, right? But, like, the neoliberals and the neocons are kind of like the same people.
Yeah,
and basically, the way you look at them are, yeah, they're individuals who support, like, the United States being, like, at war with every other country in the world and projecting its fucking power and serving the motherfucking corporate fucking oligarchy, right?
And they both support a nanny state to some extent. It's just like, it's like the difference is to which extent do you believe in the nanny state versus the other.
Well, like, yo, cis straight male, like, yo, you're not wrong about that, right? But it's really more like fucking 12 parties when it comes down to it. Yo, Mad Dodge,
yeah, sorry, my son called me, and
me and
him were having issues, so I was.
I got you. No, do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. Family comes first. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I've heard different definition of neocon. Which one is it? All right, so like a neoconservative. Bill Kristol's a good example of a neoconservative.
He's such a great example. Is because Trump is not a lockstead neocon. Like he's not. I'm not gonna say he's like that far away from them, but he's just far enough away to be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go with the Democrats because you're gonna elect a neocon. Like, oh God, Joe Biden.
Joe Biden's a neocon. All right, so like neoconservatives are, how do I put this, man? They are
big government
right-wing,
big government warmongering, fake conservatives that all they do is placate. Yeah, they placate. They placate to the Christian right coalition that Reagan started. That's the only difference between them and the neo-libs, which they have the same goals, but when they're running for election, they placate to different people.
They're centrist, is what the fuck they are. All right, they're legitimate centrist. You know, they're not right wing or left wing. They're fucking centrist, right? And like, they're pro like all the big government programs like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. They're pro fucking, you know what I mean, fucking like state power, you know, and that's kind of the big difference between
no child left behind. How conservative is that shit?
You know, when it comes to the neocons, right? So you are correct when you bring up Bill Kristol. You know, then there's also George and Jeb Bush. But then you look at the paleo conservatives. You have what? Pat Buchanan was a paleo conservative. Rand Paul. You know, so which side do you really want to take when it comes to this? Are you pro-war? Do you want to expand the government like war always does? Or do you want to limit government intervention and scale it down like the paleo conservatives?
Well, that's the big thing about the neoliberals and the neoconservatives, right? Because there's neoliberals too, like Bill Clinton, Obama, I'm trying to think here, Al Gore, fucking Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, right? These people are still pro-war, right? They're still pro us going to bomb the shit out of the Middle East and other fucking countries and shit. And that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Oh, tell it, Trippy, love that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. I'm in his spot right now, but I somehow managed to get accelerated from fucking whatchamacallit for a minute. I wanted to be able to utilize that, you know, and the neoliberals, you know, like they're on the same level. They're still about the corporate power structure. They're still about fucking war. They're still about, you know, the military industrial complex, you know, and I think like this is where like me and Jimmy Dore kind of like are together on a lot of things when it comes down to like the anti-war stance, the anti-petrodollar stance. Like, let's have a conversation about the truth. Fuck the fucking power structure. Okay. Corporations are not evil, but their ability to stand here and use the system to fucking keep out competition is fucking grimy, and I hate it.
It's corporations by themselves aren't evil, but what Jimmy Dore misses is that there's a component to this, is which we gave government power to give special privileges to certain corporations that want to do evil things.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You're bringing up Jimmy Dore. Well, why don't you just leave him alone? Because he's obviously not going to agree with you. Why don't you pull out somebody like Roger Stone? You probably agree with him far more than you do Jimmy Dore.
Well, because I wanted to talk about Chris Hedges, and he interviewed Chris Hedges. That's why.
Oh, fair enough. My bad.
Yeah, because this isn't.
No, I am in there. I'm one of the guest people. I have a Rabbit account, but I've never used my circle before now.
Yeah, my circle, it's cool. It's kind of just like Rabbit. They said there's only 4 people here. Who left? It said there's only,
I'm still here. I didn't leave.
I told them that Rabbit, the app that lets you stream videos and TV shows, they kind of rebranded themselves as Cast, and you have to download the app instead of using a browser.
Gotcha.
All right,
anyway,
your guest too, right, Pnoid'd?
I don't know. Hang on, let me see here, fucking, because like I said, there's only 4 people here, and we got 5 people in the chat. Let me put in the fucking I'm guest 2.
Yeah, you got control. Hit play whenever you want.
All right, cool. Good luck. All right, we'll do it that way.
a quixotic campaign for the Democratic presidential nomination as a Democratic socialist who refused corporate cash and excoriated corporate Democrats. And there is the new Bernie Sanders, who dutifully plays by the party rules, courts billionaires, refuses to speak out in support of the lawsuit brought against the Democratic National Committee for rigging the primaries against him, and endorses Democratic candidates who espouse the economic and political positions he once denounced. Sanders, although he knew by September 2016 that the process was rigged, said nothing to his supporters. He was tacitly complicit in the cover-up. It was left to one of the architects of the fraud, Donna Brazil, to reveal the scam. But by then, it was too late. Sanders' capitulation...
Yo, that is fucking bananas though, like legit. If you're running a campaign to fucking Shadow King, you're fucking fine, dude. Enjoy yourself, dude. Like, dude, again, this is a free speech. You can say whatever you want. You want to get drunk and say ridiculous shit as long as you're not like posting up like fucking 1488s and like Jew and Nazi shit. I don't fucking care. The only reason I care about that is because like, yo, they'll take my fucking channel. Like, yo, that's the only reason why. Like, you're legit. They'll be like, oh man, there's a lot of 1488s and shit in your chat, all that dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like, fucking. Other than that, say whatever the fuck you want. We'll talk about all types of ridiculous shit. And fucking bitches peeing on your couch. Enjoy. Anyway, right? Like, yo, but if you're running a presidential campaign, right? And like fucking you legitimately know and there's lawsuits out here about the fucking DNC rigging the election against you last time. Wouldn't you use that in your campaign? Don't everybody jump in at fucking once. No? Can y'all hear me or what?
Yeah, loud and clear.
No, I'm too afraid. I'm too afraid of Hillary killing me. I wouldn't do it.
I would go out like a martyr and basically tell that bitch to go fuck herself, and I'll see her in hell.
Modern Sisyphus, what up, man? Welcome. Like, yo, legitimately though, like, fucking, wouldn't you use that in your fucking campaign? Like, wouldn't that be like one of the things that you'd fucking just jump out of the gate about? You wouldn't jump out the window on that one. Like, yo, they tried to rig this against me. It makes you an underdog. You know what I'm saying? It makes you look like you're fighting the system. It's fucking, that's a beautiful thing, right? Yo, Applebite, what up? You know what I'm saying? Like, legit, that's, you know what I mean? That's exactly what you should be doing in your campaign. And he doesn't fucking do it. He literally kept his mouth shut and then endorsed fucking Hillary after the 2016 nomination and shit.
He must be making bank off all this shit. It's the only thing. Or he just doesn't want to piss the DNC off and commit political suicide, although at this point it doesn't even matter because he's not going to run again.
I mean, it's a good possibility.
Why would he run again? He's already made so much money just like why would he ever want to run again?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, oh, fucking like, and like that's kind of the point is like, yo, he never planned on fucking winning this election. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, he had no intentions of winning at all. Like, and this is where like they're at with this shit. And this is an actual conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Where like legit, like motherfuckers should really look in to see exactly what the fuck's going on with Bernie. Either A, he just doesn't want to commit political fucking suicide, or B, he's trying to win center votes. And that,
or C, he's paid off.
Sense. Yeah. Which I don't know if that's the truth either. Cause like, it's a possibility. You know what I mean? It's most definitely a possibility. There's a Cayman Islands account with his fucking number on it. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I don't know.
Well, there you go.
We're gonna keep banging.
Sanders' capitulation in the face of the overwhelming evidence of the rigging of the nomination process was political and moral cowardice. He missed his historical moment, one that should have seen him denounce a corrupt, corporate-dominated party elite and walk away to build a third-party candidacy. Sanders will never recover politically. Those who support Sanders' capitulation, including his high-priced establishment consultants, will argue that politics is about compromise and the practical. This is true, but playing politics in a system that is not democratic is about becoming part of the charade. We need to overthrow this system, not placate it. Revolution is almost always a doomed enterprise, one that succeeds only because its leaders eschew the practical and are endowed with what the theologian Reinhold Niebuhr calls sublime madness. Sanders lacks this sublime madness, the quality to find Eugene Debs, and for this reason, Sanders is morally and temperamentally unfit to lead this fight. Those are strong words, but I think everything you said is absolutely true. And I remember the first time I read it, I don't remember it because I blocked it out. And so.
All right, like, yo, look. I always said that Bernie Sanders was too weak to be fucking president. You know what I mean? Especially after like all the fucking times that he let people take the fucking mic from him and shit. You know what I mean? Like pushed him to fuck off stage and just bum rushed him.
BLM rushed his stage multiple times.
Right? Like, yo, you can't be a leader and just have motherfuckers using you as a goddamn doormat and shit.
Obviously not.
No.
America doesn't
I mean,
weak shit.
You know what? Fuck it. Ron Paul 2020, man. If 80 years old is the standard, dude, he's still in. Let's draft him. Let's go.
No, man. We should start pushing for AP's presidency.
How about Peter Schiff 2020?
Who is Peter Schiff?
Yeah, that's my question.
He's an
what?
asshole.
You don't know? What? Yo, what? Yo, Excel, what'd you say, nigga?
Oh, Peter Schiff's an asshole.
Why would you say he's an asshole?
Do you listen to him? He just comes off like an asshole. I love him. I love him to death, but he's an asshole.
I love him. He's one of my favorite guys.
That's why he failed pretty hard in the Senate bid against, what is it, Linda McMahon beat him out?
Yo, look, Peter Schiff is he's head of Euro Pacific Capital, fucking Schiff Gold, he's actually they have that fucking gold money thing that he's a big part of and shit. You know, I mean, everybody's like, he's not affiliated with that. Like, the fuck, he's not. Go look at the goddamn website, right? But fucking Peter Schiff, like, yo, he's about as fucking, you know, what I mean, capitalist as capitalists fucking get. His dad actually died in jail for fucking telling people that they don't have to pay the IRS money and shit. Like, the guy is the real fucking deal, legit. And I like fucking Peter Schiff a lot. I think like he ran for Senate and lost to
don't Linda McMahon. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love him to death, but he's kind of an asshole.
Wait,
that's all put into voters.
As in Vince Linda McMahon?
Yes.
Yep.
As in Vince Linda McMahon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just find that funny.
I think in New Hampshire or Connecticut, one of them two states up there. Fucking yeah, he lost the bid for the primary to Linda McMahon for the Republican side. You're not gonna beat Linda McMahon, you know what I mean? She's just too well fucking known and shit. You know, there's just too much money behind her, you know, for a bullshit ass fucking congressional bid. But like, yeah, fucking, you know, Peter Schiff is, you know, he's the fucking shit. That's Schiff 2020. That's my man, you know, but I know that'll never fucking happen. And thank God, because man, this will be a fucking yo, you want to talk about fucking meritocracy? yo, man, listen, I think that motherfucker legit would have people fighting in the streets for motherfucking gold coins and shit. He's that type of dude.
He would shut the Fed down on day one and be like, tell me the Constitution doesn't let me do that. Tell me.
Yo, he's a beast, legit. The guy's a fucking beast. You know, but we're gonna, he went on the Daily Show and said that fucking retards shouldn't get the minimum wage because they don't produce that much fucking that much value to a company.
Wow, that's keeping it pretty fucking real. Holy shit.
The guy is based as fuck. Legit. I love Pete, man. Yo, Pete is this shit. You know,
Well, said if we did that, much more retards would have jobs.
Yeah, you say, you know, if you could pay him $1 an hour, every retard would be employed. Like, man, listen, it was amazing. Like, yo, you got to look up Peter Schiff sometime, man. Fucking, I've had him on my channel a bunch of times. Like, I've had like his content on my channel anyway. Getting him on my channel, like that dude, he knows what his time is valuable, and I can't pay him enough. Let's keep rocking.
And so then I reread it, and then I was like, God, I read this before, and how come I don't remember any of it? And it had to be because I blocked it out. And do you think that a lot of people are blocking this out? And because it just seems that in the face of utter jaw-dropping betrayal from our elected leaders, including Bernie Sanders, the progressive movement or the progressive news space is doing what I did and just denying it.
Yeah, because Bernie was the political savior, and he was endowed with. And when we build a political savior, we endow that savior with all kinds of qualities that person usually doesn't have. And that's precisely what happened. I mean, the tragedy about Bernie is that I actually think he does care about labor. I think these commitments are real. I don't think he's, as far as I can tell, corrupt. But he lacks the fortitude to go up against this monolithic machine because he understands how destructive and brutal it is, and so he has capitulated. And
yeah, this guy went to school to be a priest, legit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, fucking man, listen, like, yo, booyah, this dude, yo, he went to school to be a fucking priest, and fucking I think he's actually he left the fucking he left the priesthood and was a boxing coach. And then became a reporter, and he's reported all over the world. So like this dude's he's a legit reporter. He's a real journalist, but he's super socialist, and he's like a fucking like he teaches at fucking prisons and shit, and like fucking he was part of Truth Dig until like they fucking like he did a strike at the fucking Jong whatever, and like demanded more money or some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like yeah, fucking yeah, it is what it is. Yo, Bill Gates' dad was literally Hitler, and his son is following in his footsteps. Hashtag fuck Bill Gates. Yo, man, I don't think his dad was Hitler. Legit, because Hitler.
Needed.
Yeah, like I'm gonna have to. Like, was fucking Bill Gates born in like fucking Argentina or some shit? Like, cause like legit, because that's the only place Hitler could have been. You know what I mean? And he was never in the States. So, like, it is what it is.
It is, and so he has capitulated, and I think he's certainly astute enough to know that he's capitulated. I mean, that's why he didn't go after Biden during the campaign. I mean, the story is that Jane Sanders, who has a very powerful influence within the campaign, or had, likes the Bidens, and again, it's it goes right back to C. Wright Mills. He talks about how are professors brought into tenure has nothing to do with their academic ability. It has to do whether or not they're clubbable, and Bernie wants to be clubbable.
It's and so do you see? And I don't see. I'm I'm putting all my focus now into trying to highlight people who are good at direct action and unions. And we had on Jane McLivy, whose video we're going to drop today. And she lays out step by step how you organize a good 90% strike. And what we need to do is we need to.
Yeah, like Pnoid'd, good at unions, right? You know who was good at unions? Jimmy Hoffa. He was also a fucking crook. You know what I mean?
Well, like you have to remember, like we're all children of the times we were born. You know what I'm saying? Fucking like, Jimmy Hoffa was born during a time when, beyond my purview. What up, man? Welcome, man. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? We're breaking down a fucking Jimmy Dore video right now where he interviews Chris Hedges, and I mean it's fucking it is what it is. Anyway, right? So like Jimmy Hoffa was a product of the 1920s and 30s when Prohibition ruled the fucking day, and it was fucking organized crime, ran the fucking unions and shit. And so firebombing a motherfucking building, was kind of part of what the fuck you did back then. You know what I mean? Organized.
Yeah, it was par for the course. Exactly. If you wanted to be in the union higher ups, you were gonna work with the mafia. You just were, because you needed the muscle at the ground level to actually push across what you were trying to push across.
Well, it's remotely that, but it's also the fact that, like, fucking they ran things. You know what I mean? It was that simple. Like, the mob legitimately ran shit. Like, so, like, the mob had, they were running extortion rackets. I don't know if you know how, excuse me. I don't know if you know how fucking extortion rackets work. You know what I mean? What they do is they go into a fucking business and they go, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, either give us some money, you know what I'm saying, or something bad will happen to you, motherfucking.
Protection money.
Yeah.
You're pretty much paying them to protect you from them.
Yeah.
But they put it in a way like, I know this gang down the street is going to be messing with you. I already heard about it. I'll help you out. All right. I got your back. Really, that gang down the street is what I'm running.
I feel you. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, man. Fucking talking to my girl. Fucking this bitch here, fucking like legit. She was supposed to come the fuck over here.
Democrats bring up the unions like it's such a good thing. It never has.
The unions.
Such a good
okay,
thing.
here's the thing. Unions do two things that are very important. All right. Number one is they get you paid. All right. Especially when you're in a job where like you're highly replaceable. Like, for instance, I don't know if you've ever worked in like a factory or something along these type of lines, where like you're skilled labor, but on the same point, they can train, somebody else to do your job. They don't want you to have the power to negotiate for your.
Pnoid'd, just to make it easy, I ran a CNC machine and I ran a vacuum forming oven. Yeah, I was right there in a factory.
Right. And like, so here's the deal, right? Fucking, so this, there's no difference between protection money and income tax. You ain't wrong. Right. Like, and like, so here's the deal. Fucking, when I'm gonna give you a good example of why you need things like unions. There was a guy who worked at the mill, and when the mill reopened, fucking they stood here and this guy, like, he wrote down all the fucking tolerances for this machine, right? And it was like he had like a whole like giant fucking like foldable file book with all the fucking, the diameters of what you needed and the fucking, everything, this whole fucking everything you needed for this fucking machine, right? And it took him like 2 or 3 years to put this fucking book together. And he was the only one who sat here and had the knowledge to be able to fucking set shit up the way it needed to be set. And he demanded them pay him as such. He's like, yo, look, I'm the only person in the world who can do my job. You can't train nobody else. If you fucking try to stand here, and continue to fuck me and pay me these low wages, I'll burn the fucking book and walk the fuck out, right? And, they said, and they got so mad at him that it broke down to the point where, like, legit, he hit this nigga with a fucking floor fan and walked the fuck out of the job. And we were shut down for months trying to figure out what we were supposed to fucking do with this fucking machine.
Good.
Right? They don't
that
want
company
to
should go out of fucking business.
Oh, I feel you. They should, right? But here's the problem. Every company thinks this way. They don't want you to be fucking irreplaceable. No. They want you to be replaceable. And this is where fucking unions work, right? Because you have to have some type of way of negotiating for fucking the company, because they're just going to replace you like a rat in a motherfucking maze and shit. They don't fucking care.
Yeah, so voluntary unionship should happen. And if voluntary unionship happens properly, then the companies that reject the voluntary unions, they're going to go under.
Yeah. Sons of patriarchy. What up, man? Welcome.
I would say the good companies are going to hire the people that were like, look, we were in a union. We're really fucking good at doing this job, and we're going to make you a lot of money if you hire us.
Yeah.
But I don't like the idea of government sponsoring unions just to make Ford factory plant members in a dying business make $40 an hour.
Well, okay, here's my problem that I run into. I don't like government unions, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't like teachers unions. I don't like fucking state workers unions.
Well, yeah, you have to remember a lot of the industry unions are basically government unions at this point. There's so many regulations. There's so much bullshit going on around them. They may as well be fucking government unions. Like the auto workers union is one of the best examples. That's why Detroit fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, Vivi, what up? Well, let me tell you another story, right? Fucking, I used to work at this place, fucking in on fucking Camera Street, and fucking like this dude, he was running a hole punch machine, and the punch came down, broke off, and shot him in his aorta, right? Shot him in his chest, lodged in his aorta. The guy almost bled to death. They took him to the hospital once they found him. He was in a coma for like 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Fucking eventually he got his fucking use of his limbs back and shit, because like his brain was depleted of fucking blood and oxygen for so fucking long that he had to learn how to walk again. This guy had to go back to work because the amount of money that they were giving him wasn't enough to sustain himself, right? And when he went back to work, he ended up catching septicemia from fucking like the fucking wound on the inside ended up getting fucking infected or some bullshit. And he's still fighting with the company to this day, and he's living off of fucking workers. If that was a union, it would have been a whole different fucking animal, because you would have had a massive fucking structure behind you to fight against the company for your fucking, not only just to get workers' comp, But also, you know, I mean, to get you fucking extra pay in a lawsuit against the fucking company and shit. And I mean, because like, yeah, they would got a piece of it, but on the same point, this dude's family would have wanted for nothing.
And
that's the big difference.
I'm saying you can have all that, but you don't need government sponsorship, which is where we're at with unions today.
Well, the government sponsorship is nothing more than the government recognizing that the people have the right to be able to do something, right? And I mean, you know, just like, you know, the government standing there saying like, yo, yeah, like it's a fucking...
That's completely full of shit in a lot of states. Like, in a lot of states, like as soon as like somebody wants to unionize, they're like, okay, now you as an employer can no longer make decisions X, Y, Z, and by the way, let's add on top of that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. We'll go through the entire alphabet. Let's get some alphanumerics on here. Like once that happens, all of a sudden it's just like the company's like, God, we're so fucking drenched in costs, and it actually makes it so they can hire less people just to support the union.
All right, Booyah Mozzie. Now, here's the thing about fucking union pay, right? Legit, and this is about union dues. They're usually only about like $40 a month, right? In any union. No place you're going to give any more than $40 a fucking month. Now, I've been in USW, I've been in fucking Teamsters, I've been in UAW, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, those are the big three, really, other than the ship workers union. And I think the other one is the service workers union, right? Legit, it's like $40 a month. You know what I mean? So it's not that much money. And when the time comes down, the heads rolling and you getting fucking shit canned, the company has to follow fucking rules and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when's it filed to a PDF? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. You have to like, yo, fucking, we'll deal with that later. We're in the middle of a fucking show right now. Right. Anyway, fucking like, yeah. So like, and that, the thing is with the fucking unions and shit is that like, you're not allowed to fire somebody for fucking conducting union business, you know what I mean, on the fucking company ground and shit. And that, you know, once 1 hour worth of pay a week. Yeah, that's fucking, you know what I mean, like $10, right? And that's what I'm saying. It's like $40 a month, you know?
Here's what I don't like, Pnoid'd, about the union. Sorry to cut you off, but this is my problem, man. Okay, let's say I don't want to join said union. I can't even get that job. They require you to join said union. I don't think that should be a thing because that makes the union not, it doesn't have to compete, right? So they could raise their dues whenever they want. They can give you less benefits and charge you more whenever they want. And to even get into that industry, you have to sign up for said union. You know, like the SEIU does that all the time.
Right, with what?
The Service Employees Union, they hardly pay you freaking anything, man. But you have to sign up and pay dues, no matter what.
Well, I'm not even real sure what does the Service Workers Union fucking do?
They're the ones that the DHS workers and most government employees have to sign up for.
Yeah, that again, this is the fucking government. All right, that's fuck the government. All right, I don't agree with any type of government union at all. Yeah, but like the closed shop. No,
so the Carpenters Union.
Yo, Rockus, what up, nigga? The closed shops that they have, right? For instance, like fucking the steel mills and fucking whatever, right? If you go to what's known as a closed shop, and that's where like, you know, you have to join a union in order to get into the fucking job, right? With maids, waitresses, busboys, cooks. Yeah, like legit, dude, like fucking, pay the fucking union dues. Like legit, it's worth it. All right. And I'm gonna tell you why it's worth paying the fucking union dues. Because you don't want to work for $8 an hour. That's fucking why. Right. Anyway, right. Fish smell. What up, man? Fucking so all right. How do I put this? All right. The closed shops, all right. The reason why they have those is because of the fact that like if you let them hire workers, and they hire temporaries all the fucking time to fill in positions, you know what I'm saying, that they're short on. And, you know, I mean, the company has a certain number of temps that they're allowed to have, which happens constantly. So the company always has the ability to bring in extra fucking workers that aren't fucking union. And the company would prefer like have the whole fucking company be fucking union or to be fucking temps, right? And that breaks unions. And that breaks your ability to get fucking paid. And that breaks your ability to have decent health benefits. For instance, when I was working at the mill. I had gold-plated fucking insurance. Like, I had fucking people, doctors calling me asking to put my kid in their fucking doctor's office because of how good, you know what I'm saying? Drug dealer simulator, right? Like how good my insurance was. And it was $30 a fucking. That's what the union does for me. All right. It takes care of you. Like, yo, you get a cut of the fucking profits and shit. You don't get these things with any other fucking companies other than union goddamn companies. Unless you're like working like at Excel's level where, you know, you're like fucking upper mid-level management, you know, you start getting on the level where you actually have stock options and things of this fucking nature and pensions, and, you know, and that's where like unions are and the clothes shop, it makes fucking sense. You should not be able to join unless you join the fucking union. That's some real shit.
Well, can I come back at you then?
Yeah, dude, go ahead. We're talking.
So yeah, let's say I want to open up a cabinet company. Okay. I'm at the ground level. I'm just starting. I'm going to take negative profits for probably the first 5 years. Everybody knows that. I can't afford to pay the union what they want. Therefore, the fact that in some states you have to have union, it's required, that actually closes down the market to new competition.
All right. Well, like, here's the thing, though. Like, the union legitimately will fucking, if you're opening a shop and like it was your first 5 years and you're not taking any profit, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the union literally will help fund your fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Of course, like, they're like, you know, we want stock options, whatever the case might be, but so will everybody else. And the union will do it for a lot less, and they'll provide you with labor that legit they'll fucking stand here and pay them fucking sell, and they'll help you the fuck out. That's the cool thing about fucking unions, and that's what nobody talks about.
Okay. No, I kind of see what you're saying.
You know, why would the union fuck itself? You know what I mean? Like, why do you think
exactly what happened in General Motors, though? The auto workers union fucked the auto industry. That's why they moved out of country. That's why most GM products are made in Mexico or Canada. Because
I really wish. What the fuck are you talking about? They're union in Mexico and Canada too.
Yeah, they are. I would know because I'm from Canada.
Yeah, they're much higher paid in Canada. Like, yeah. This is the things that like we don't know about as Americans because like we don't understand anything. We just hear like these fucking headlines and these dumbass news reports from fucking people who don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? Like these fucking shitheads who are out here spouting off nonsense and shit. And they have no idea about the nuances of the fucking business, right? And so when it comes down to it, like, yo, the auto workers union didn't fuck Detroit. What fucked Detroit legitimately was fucking Japanese cars. That's what fucked Detroit. It was competition from overseas because they had them fucking Chinese motherfuckers building these fucking cars for $1 an hour in slave wages. And I mean, with fucking cheap ass fucking steel, and the fucking Americans couldn't compete. That's what fucked, you know what I mean? General Motors and Ford.
And I also want to add, those Asian vehicles lasted so much longer than the American ones. It was ridiculous. My parents have owned Toyotas, and those things, you could put them through hell and back and they would still start up. Minus 40, still start up. Like, those things were made to withstand bombs.
And the government bailed the fucking auto companies out over and over again every time they stood here and fucking like got in any type of trouble, instead of letting them go under and letting an American company come up from under. That's the fucking issue, right? It's the constant bailing out of bullshit. It's the fucking fact that they place regulations on the industry and then they didn't fucking stand there and fund any of it, right? They're like, oh man, we need you to have fucking 30 mile per gallon fucking cars and shit, right? Oh, you know what I mean? And then fucking like when they have 30 mile per gallon fucking cars, you know what I mean? They're not funding it. They have to put all the money in for the R&D and all this shit that has to be done, plus all the new motherfucking tooling and shit like that in the goddamn factories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, what I'm mad about is during the Obama administration, cash for clunkers really tanked the auto industry.
No, it didn't. That's what I'm mad about. Yo, that was a bailout for the fucking auto industry. It fucked the used car market is what it did. That fucked the American consumer.
Yeah. I guess that's what I meant by it, I suppose. Because if you look at the older cars, the older vehicles are built to a higher standard. And they keep running like a tank. Like get an AMC Hornet, dude. That thing's still going. And if you need to do repairs on a automobile that is from a dead company, you can still find parts for this thing because it's all pretty much generic. You can swap them in and out. You could use Dodge parts on a fucking AMC.
Well, doubt, that's because like, they have like company stores where like they did the same thing it did in the South. You know what I mean? Like fucking, Crown Vic. I miss my motherfucking Chevy Caprice. But like Mad Dodge, understand something like, look, you come over and you feel some sort of kind of way about things a lot of time, understand something. Like, there's a lot of people who feel the exact same way and have the same fucking knowledge that you do. And it's important that we correct these motherfucking mentalities. So like when you say these things, and I come over the top, I fucking stand here and I fucking, I go da-da-da-da-da. It's because of the fact that like, I want you to learn, but on the same point, I want everybody else to learn. So we're all better off together when it comes down to it. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I ain't getting mad or nothing, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like, it ain't like that.
Yeah, I just want you. I want you to understand what the deal is. You know what I mean? Like this ain't just, you. You know what I mean? Like like fucking like this is about all of us learning about shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking like my box Chevy, that's my baby, always ready. Love my mom. I miss my Caprice. Anyway, let's keep going with this motherfucking video for real quick, man. Fucking, I kind of want to get to the point where he starts talking about fucking black people in the fucking prison system because that's really what fucking aggravated me about this dumb shit.
And what we need to do is because going forward, it's just Bernie Sanders, AOC, they are Obama 2.0. There's no doubt. They will go along with the corporation no matter what if they're told to. They're revealing it. Because right now, AOC is doing live streams where she rants about the bill, but she only rants against the Republicans. She doesn't rant against the person who has the power in the House, which is Nancy Pelosi. That's true, right?
Yeah, of course. Right. So the night I did that event with Bernie and Shama, there were other people there, Bill McKibben, Naomi Klein, and everybody was going after the Koch brothers. And as soon as Shama and I went after Obama's environmental record, the other panelists were angry. In fact, attacked us for being partisan. And that this is so you build your kind of moral stature by denying the complicity of the Democratic establishment, tagging the Republican establishment. But in fact, who are you serving? You're not serving the American public. You're not serving truth. You're serving the Democratic Party hierarchy. And that's just what. That's kind of what's so sad about what's happened. But I never, I never for a moment thought that Sanders was going to get the nominations in 2016. And we know all the dirty tricks, which you have done a good job laying out. I never thought that they would allow him to get the nomination now. And we saw that with Obama interceding. The fact that they would push it to a second vote, he wouldn't get enough delegates. They'd bring in all the super delegates, which could vote on the second round. It was never, ever going to happen. And that's the tragedy. And I think that what happened is you've had many, many people, although I would argue a lot of the really progressive campaign workers and supporters in 2016, after they saw Sanders holding rallies on behalf of Hillary Clinton. By the way, he'd get a few hundred people at those rallies, where before he was getting 10,000, walked away and didn't come back in this election.
Yo, Shadow came, my nigga, man. Yo, fucking good night, man. Sleep tight and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, enjoy them motherfucking, them fever drunken dreams you about to have, dude. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. We love you being out here, my brother. And by the way, I want to say, like, yo, we all had the same thing happen to us. And me in particular, because, like, I go after the right wing on a regular basis because I don't fucking like a lot of what they do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Mad Dodge's experienced this as well. You know what I mean? On his fucking channel, because like I know you have a lot of the same feelings that I do about a lot of the shit that these motherfuckers do, like the red flag laws and all that nonsense, and I mean fucking wanting to open the economy back up, and you've caught a lot of heat over that bullshit. Mad Dodge.
Yeah, no, I pretty much agree with you. Like I don't have much to say about it really. You know, like politically, why is it so hard to just leave each other alone? Why do you have to have your nose in my business? I don't want my nose in your business. You know, I don't see why it's difficult here. I don't see why helicopter parents have to become helicopter governors. You know, like the governor of Oregon, for a matter of fact.
Yo, because women vote. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, everybody agrees with me, but Mad Dodge here. Like, fuck, because women vote. That's why.
Enough to allow women to vote. That was an act of weakness on our part.
Oh yeah. You know, I mean, like, fucking, I have people on a regular basis call me a fucking leftist or call me a leftist and shit when I dig in somebody's ass about nonsense. It's just like, yo, bro, like, you have to understand. Yo, I'm not a libertarian, but on the same point, I have a lot of libertarian fucking views. You know what I mean? The women vote. The governor of Oregon is a woman. Exactly. Like, yo, that's how you end up with, you want a nanny state? Hire a yo.
Yeah, well, hey, dude, she's doing a better job than you are at converting me over to your ideology. You know what I mean? she's pretty much your best fucking hype man.
I'm trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, women are garbage at fucking running things. Like, they're not meant to do so. Like, fucking, you can't put somebody in charge of something that they're fucking, you know what I mean, getting the spoils off of. It's like letting the chicken in the guy. It's like letting the fox in a fucking hen house. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah, let's keep banging.
Sanders holding rallies on behalf of Hillary Clinton. By the way, you know, he'd get a few hundred people at those rallies, where before he was getting 10,000, walked away and didn't come back in this election. And that despair and that disillusionment, I hope, doesn't translate into political apathy. I hope it translates into wisdom, which is the Democratic Party is incapable of reform. This corporate state is incapable of reform, and we have to begin to mobilize to cripple it and bring it down.
And so the way
Fitzpatrick does realize that a lot of the people who want to mobilize and bring down the system, a lot of them are also on the dissident right?
Yo, I don't think he understands that, like, legitimately he's fighting against himself. Right? Like, they had this idea already back in the 70s and 60s, and that's how we got to where we are to fuck today. Like, legit. With the more every time the government does something, it fucks it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, legit.
Yep.
Like,
that third position look like a much more viable alternative.
Yo, like, again, like, they think that, like, they're like, oh man, you know, we tried expanding government, you know what I mean, and it made shit worse. So what do? We need to expand government more. Like, that's the problem. We didn't do it enough. Like, shut the fuck up. You're fucking retarded. Like, you're giving government power is not the solution.
This is real, because I don't think so what I keep saying is the reason why I'm the only one screaming like a maniac into a camera about what's happening right now is because those other people don't fully realize what's about to happen right now. You think that's the case? Because I don't think people realize what this country is going to look like in a year or two after the economy, quote unquote, opens back up and everything is just, owned by a handful of people, which is already was. Now it's going to be even more. So go ahead. I'll just let you talk about it.
Well, I think it's a mixture. I think political cowardice is not the wrong word. Stepping outside the system and challenging it immediately thrusts you into the wilderness. I've been thrust there myself. It's uncomfortable. It's a direct confrontation with the security and surveillance state, and it requires acts of sustained mass civil disobedience, which are at best uncomfortable and can get you arrested. And will certainly get you followed by the internal organs of security. And a lot of people just don't want to go there. And you're right about where we're headed, because this will be a collapsing house of cards. You will have, whether people organize rent strikes or not is irrelevant. There will be de facto rent strikes. What happens to the credit card companies? What happens to student loan? Small businesses are already going under right and left, aided, of course, by the fact that large corporate businesses swallowed up all these loans that were supposed to be given to small businesses to keep their employees employed. I mean, it's been a complete disaster. It's very clear from looking at other countries, especially in Europe, that the only way forward is a guaranteed, not minimum, a guaranteed sustainable income, which we're not doing. We're throwing these checks, which nobody can get. People file for unemployment.
Someone help me out here. Anyone help me out here?
What do you mean? What do you talk about? How this has been a disaster?
Help me out here. We need to hand out a guaranteed fucking wage to everybody.
Every whole fucking state of Nevada closes down, we lose $2 billion in revenue. $2 billion a week. So we're pretty much right. It's gonna take at least 6 fucking months to a year for us to get back on track.
Yep.
Well, the longer we stay shut down, the worse this is gonna get.
Oh yeah.
Legit. I mean, I don't know if anybody else is hearing the words coming out of this motherfucker's mouth. Legit, but they're over here advocating basically for universal UBI for everybody, right? And that's the only way to fuck forward.
Fucking communism. Great.
Yeah.
The hell
fucking communism.
Mark this one list.
Legit. This is the left solution. Is fucking communism. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just free fucking money. I got a letter in the mail said, Tom Pease, you get free money. Thank you. He said, this is from Donald Trump. You're welcome. And I'm like, yo, you can't buy my vote, nigga. It's not how this operates. I'm not retarded. I know what you're doing. You're printing money out of thin air to give me fucking money.
Yeah, you may not be retarded, Pnoid'd, but there's a lot of people who are.
Well, no, and Pnoid'd, how do you feel about
the population? Let's be real here.
Well, how do you feel about people like Crowder, who he just took his stimulus check and gave it away yesterday, live on air, gave it away. Here you go, motherfucker. I don't need it. Don't you think more people should do that?
Well, yeah, the rich for sure. And I mean, the rich should most definitely be handing out this fucking check. And donating. You know what I mean? But it's just patently fucking ridiculous. The shit that these people are fucking suggesting.
Okay, I was just wondering how you felt about that because, I don't want to require the rich to give away their check. That's not my place. But people like Crowder, I can admire that because he doesn't need it. He knows he doesn't need it, right? If I was him, though, I probably would have just opened up Mug Club for free for 6 months to everybody. But then again, it's probably cheaper to just give away the stimulus check.
Oh, yeah. And why the fuck are you watching Crowder? Just that general thing.
I like Steven Crowder. You don't like his stuff? I think it's funny.
Willie Johnson, what up? No, I'm not. No one's a fan of fucking Steven Crowder. He's not funny.
He's okay. I'm not a big fan of it. Okay.
Yo, he's not funny. He's a homosexual too. He's a closeted fucking fag as well.
What? He's married. Yes, he is,
bro. Be honest, most Ziocons are closeted homosexuals.
No. Legitimately, he's a proven. He's
him up with Dave Rugen. Dave Rugen is the gay guy.
No. Dave Rubin and no. Steven Crowder legitimately is a homosexual. He his bisexual fucking relationships in goddamn college.
Okay. I'm gonna take your word for it. I didn't know that.
Definition of bisexual. Oh no, see gay. Unless you're a chick, then it's cool.
Yo, Florida man, join the My Circle, man. You know what I'm saying? We're watching the video, motherfucking reacting to this bullshit.
What is up, Yeah, just heard you guys talking about.
Join the My Circle. All right. Yo, it's in the fucking Booga General joint. All right. I redid this shit the other night. Fucking, I was bored. All right, so yo, we're gonna keep banging on this video and shit. I'm gonna get a little bit more into it. I want to get to at least 20 minutes before I fucking shut this bitch down.
what these checks, which nobody can get, people file for unemployment, the system crashes. At best, what's that, 4 months? I mean, we are headed for economic catastrophe, and the mishandling of the coronavirus. I mean, in essence, the corporate oligarchs have made a choice, and it's a very grim choice. They're certainly astute enough to know that in order to tackle the virus, there has to be sustained, prolonged control, testing, shutdown. But that's so detrimental to their profits that they are going to sacrifice thousands, tens of thousands of American citizens on the altar of greed. They would rather have them die. And that's what's going to hit. Because
fucking dumbass.
We're already watching
the death
these
toll with the
absurd
fucking
calls.
coronavirus is very relatively sketchy at best.
And besides, 90% of those fatalities would be boomers. It would be people fucking 60 and older who would die.
Those who already have existing health problems, lung cancer patients, AIDS patients, those who went through chemo treatment.
Yeah, like people who are on death's door almost anyway.
This is what my boss pretty much learned, and we realized this, right? About 30 million Americans are on immunosuppressors. Like, what the fuck? Immunosuppressors.
Oh yeah, man. Because because of the fact that we have allowed these weak motherfuckers to breed for so goddamn long in this comfortable motherfucking environment that we fucking call America, that we have 30% of our fucking population can't sustain fucking lives in a normal fucking manner without their fucking immune system attacking themselves. That's the level that we're on right now.
Honestly, the only good thing the boomers can do is just die. Just die. You guys fucked everything up enough as it is.
At this point,
TFM says that too. TFM says that all the time. Fuck the boomers. Fuck them.
Yeah, that's where I've been at, man. I legit, did you hear what happened with the motherfucking with the fucking Young Turks?
No, what happened?
Oh yeah,
they picked up on my meme, right? Because I fucking went out and I started talking. I went on these big ass channels and told these niggas, I said, we need to start handing out Corona blankets and pillows to the fucking elderly. And now they're like, oh no, the alt-right's trying to fucking weaponize Corona. I was like, yo,
what?
Got him. Got these niggas.
Baited those motherfuckers. It's like I hope Cenk Uygur and Anas Kasparian, they both die of corona.
It's more likely to happen to Cenk because Cenk's overweight.
Oh yeah, that fat sack of lard. Why does he
Brown Buffalo?
Yeah, but legit, I thought that was hilarious when the TYT reported on my meme. It was fucking great.
Wow. I can't believe I can't believe it was possible for you to troll that fucking hard that TYT would take the bait.
Yo,
wow.
I got kicked off of a channel. Legit got kicked off of a channel because me and the dude were talking about it beforehand, and he thought it was a funny joke when we were talking about it beforehand, right? And then we went on stream and I made the fucking joke, and he's like, oh, that's not funny. Most of my fucking audience are boomers, and I was like, well, it's time for y'all to go, man. Why should my kids sacrifice the rest of their lives and put themselves in a fucking debt to save you motherfuckers who have already sucked every fucking piece of life this country has to offer?
Yeah.
Explain this to me. You know what I mean? Did my kids have a chance to even vote for their fucking rights to fucking be taken away? You know what I mean? No. Nobody voted for any of this fucking shit. Nobody gave their consent for this nonsense. You know what I mean? Why? To save the fucking boomers? Fuck them. It's time for y'all to go. You know what I mean? I'm tired of you fucking holding shit up and being fucked up and being lazy and not paying attention all the fucking time and sticking to the script on this fucking shit that ain't fucking true anymore. It's time to go, my friends. All right? Rachel Maddow needs to lose the rest of her goddamn audience. All right? Joe, let's keep fucking.
Hey, Pnoid'd, you want to know why the death toll is so high in Spain and Italy? Because Spain and Italy have a fucking excess of boomers. They have so many boomers. That's why the death tolls are so high there.
And why do you think
the average age
is really high?
The average age of a motherfucking Italian citizen is 47.
What?
Damn.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, look here, man. If you've been watching my channel, y'all motherfuckers know I've been paying attention. All right? And I already put all this information out once or twice. You know what I mean? Legit. I fucking sat and showed, I went to the world maps and showed everybody where the oldest fucking populations are. It's Japan, It's motherfucking Italy. It's motherfucking Spain. You know what I mean? Korea. Like, yo, did you know that Korea and Japan's motherfucking their birth rate is at like 1.3?
Yo, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know in
Korea.
Korea.
I knew that
like
for a long time.
0.9, actually, I believe, in Korea.
Ooh,
it's like
ouch.
not even a person.
Yeah, like, yo, they're not even replacing one of them anymore.
Why try?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Have you seen some of these Asian bitches? They slap the shit out of their boyfriends and scream at them like, holy fuck.
Dude, men are the vast majority of too cucked today.
You want to hear something crazy?
Of Asian men there are pretty weak.
Like yo, dude, like yo, their mentality
against them.
Well, like yo, they're. You done yet, nigga? You done yet, nigga?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. Let me speak for a second, right? So, like, I was sitting here and I listened to these old letters from like fucking like ancient times, like when they fucking first discovered like Japan or China or fucking Korea or whatever the case might be, like their first experiences there. And like they, like a European stands here and talks about how like in Europe where like a woman's chastity is her like highest possession. And they say in like Japan, this is like the fucking 17, 18, 1600s, 15, 14, depending on what country. They say like women, they don't care if they're deflowered when they get married. Like they never cared. And I mean, their whole mental is different than ours. Like complete. Yeah. Like yo, all y'all motherfuckers who think like getting you a little fucking waifu's gonna help. Like, bro, it's not, dude. Legit. Them bitches is straight up horse. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it's no different than here. Legit.
Yeah, all women are whores.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, the only way to make any of this shit work is to fucking handcuff them to a radiator, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Like, at this point, your best bet is the Muslim countries, but that could only go for so long.
Yo, you got to cut off welfare. That's like, you have to cut off welfare, child support, fucking all the things propping up the motherfucking feminist system. You know what I mean? If you take away their finances, it fucking stops.
Actually, you know what I was going to say? In one of your videos, when you were talking to that one chick and how you mentioned how we just stood here and let the whole third world come live with us, which is why the wages are down. Yeah, I was going to add, we just need to cut the welfare, cut off the gold standards, and get fucking women having babies. Why the fuck are women working? Most of them are useless as shit. But, yeah, what are you going to do?
Yo, man, yo, like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking, we've created a fucking, and like, again, like yo, YouTube has some amazing content on it. If you ever have a chance, there's this video called The Bronze Age Collapse. I forget who the hell it's from, but fucking, it's a great fucking channel. Y'all ever have a chance to check it out? You can look it up. There's, and what they do is they talk about how like in the Bronze Age in like fucking places like ancient Egypt and Assyria and fucking the Hittites and shit, they stood here and what they did was they fucking had, basically, industrial farming or whatever. And this farming allowed for them to create massive amounts of government. And when they created massive amounts of fucking government, they ended up standing here starving because of the fact that they put too much weight with like artists and fucking governments and bureaucrats and shit on the fucking backs of these fucking farmers who could only have so much yield every fucking year. And it's just how it works, man. This is human fucking nature. We've been doing it forever, and nobody fucking ever catches it on the way the fuck up. Nobody understands it. You can't, like, yo, once you have that government, it's impossible to get rid of, right? And even if you're able to get rid of it, like, what do you do with all those fucking people? Like, we've created this industrial farming that we have and this big fucking giant, massive industrial industry for fucking farming and fucking feeding all these people. And we made it super motherfucking efficient because, like, we want to be able to keep prices down so the average American can eat, and that's why, like, they fucking want fucking slave wages out of these fucking Mexicans coming up. And when they do so, like, I was talking with Max earlier and guy pisses me off. He's like, you're doing this shit on purpose. And I'm like, no, man, like, they've eliminated as much waste as possible out of this industrial fucking farming system that we have. And so they don't create any extra food. And when they don't create any extra food, like, it literally means like, fucking, like, there's going to be the same amount of fucking hamburger on the fucking shelf every week or like, throughout the year, whatever the fuck's going to, they need. So, I mean, we have a system that, has the least amount of losses possible in order to feed the most amount of fucking people. And when you have individuals hoarding and grabbing fucking food, you're going to end up having individuals stand here and not have fucking food on the goddamn shelves because, we don't have the ability just to fucking reproduce. It's kind of the same way. Like, for instance, if we had an EMP attack and all of our cars got fucking fried, we would not replace all the cars we have for probably 50 fucking years because unless you ramp up production to sell everybody a fucking car at once, what happens when you don't sell that same amount of cars the year after? You know what I'm saying?
The automotive industry collapses.
Yeah, this is the problem that you're having. This is the problem we're having with the food production. It's the same thing. Right? It's either we ramp up production, right? And we open up new fucking factories, and which takes time again because all this fucking regulation that these cocksuckers put in to keep small motherfuckers. I was thinking about it. I was like, why don't people just open up local fucking, butcher shops and order these pigs and cows, fucking for delivery and shit. Because there's plenty of pigs and cows right now that you can get for next to nothing. Meat prices are fucking at the bottom they're ever going to be. And you could open up, and fucking do shit. But the truth is that you probably couldn't fucking meet the regulations to be able to fucking open some shit like that in your local community. You know what I mean? It would be fucking damn near impossible for any type of individual to open some shit up and keep it as absolutely clean as possible to meet all these fucking regs. And the government shut down to be able to allow you to fucking get the business licenses to do so. And if you opened it up, it would literally be on a level of where fucking you be doing it behind everybody else's back and it wouldn't be fucking, you wouldn't have all the permits and whatever that you fucking needed. And the government would just come shut you down any fucking way.
Yep.
This is a complicated fucking problem that we've created through having too much fucking government. The problem is once you get to a certain point where you're so big and things are so goddamn restricted in order to fucking have so much protections, those protections end up fucking you in the long run. The government's what's destroy shit. It's not fucking average citizens. It's not corporations. It's not companies. It's the government that's fucking stopping things.
It's the government, yeah, but it's really, of course, it's the people voting for that government. We need to restrict it, to responsibility, a CFM, as we all say. But yeah,
you mean women?
Yeah, women and dumbass loser, men who can't do shit. But
yeah, weak men.
Man, we allowed weak men to run shit.
But there's too many of them. That's the problem.
My mentality. This is where I'm at the point, man. I'd say fucking armed revolt and create feudal societies, man. All able-bodied, strong men just running shit, man. That's where mentality's at. Let's just basically do full-on Boogaloo Mad Max style.
My
but if this economic crash is complete enough, we're gonna get a fucking Boogaloo anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and booyah, did my nigga just say Assyria? I did say Assyria. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Real shit, nigga. I said Assyria. You know what I mean? Back when ancient Egypt was around, it was Assyria and the Hittites and fucking ancient fucking shit. I'm trying to think here, Samaria and the Babylonians and all that fucking shit. Man, there's a whole bunch of shit that existed back in the fucking Bronze Age. We have no idea about that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, nigga. You know what I mean? Fucking, man, listen. Anyway, yeah, fucking that's kind of really where the mental is as far as shit's concerned. Real shit. These motherfuckers here, really they don't understand that the government is what fuck. And yes, it's the people voting for fucking government. It is. You know what I mean? It really is. But it's kind of on that level where you can't really solve it. You know what I mean? Yeah, fucking, bro.
Only way to bring a better change is, you can't really bring any positive change without bloodshed. That's where it's really.
Yeah, it's at that point now. Yeah,
we may have civil war.
Well, have you guys talked to any government workers about Donald Trump?
Nope.
I'd punch him in the face. They're too goddamn stupid.
Well, legit, I was having a conversation with a fucking with a government worker and shit, right? Yesterday, right? I was having this conversation with this government worker, fuck this video for the moment. You know what I mean? Because we're soon gonna end this bitch. I was talking with a government worker and he said Donald Trump's a piece of shit. And I'm gonna tell you the secret that a lot of people don't want to fucking tell you. I mean, a lot of this fucking conversation is shit. The truth is government workers know that he's here to kill their fucking jobs.
So they're terrified.
Oh yeah. Why do you think Virginia turned?
You cut out there, Pnoid'd. What'd you say?
I'm sorry. Why do you think Virginia turned blue?
Because they're government employees afraid of losing their jobs, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah. Where do you think all those people in Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah.
They all live in Alexandria. And I mean, down in Northern Virginia and shit. But I'm going to drag my nigga in real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't talked to this motherfucker in forever. Not fucking like, get your fucking ass in here. Aircraft sparking nigga.
What's up, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling. You know what I'm saying? Fucking handling my motherfucking business and whatnot. Doing what I do.
Now, you've got to distinguish between traditional government workers and bureaucrats, because those are two different animals. So if you're going to say all government workers, if you're going to say all government workers think this, I'll tell you right now, I'm a government worker, and no, I'm not concerned one bit about Donald Trump.
Okay, so like fucking, all right, hang on, fucking viewing my dashboard. There we go. Sorry, man, I was fucking loading up this motherfucking joint so I could fucking, and I hit when it's time to kill this bitch, right? Yeah. So the vast majority of fucking state workers and government workers are highly concerned that they're going to lose their fucking jobs because Donald Trump is going to kill their shit.
He's shrinking government. You're talking about bureaucrats. Yeah, that's a little different than your average government worker. The majority of people who work for the government are actually technicians. People like me who do things like maintain weapon systems and stuff like that. There are more people who work for the United States government as like a heavy maintenance technician in an aircraft depot than work in Washington, D.C. There's a huge difference between someone who is a paper pushing bureaucrat who just rubber stamp shit or whatever, and your traditional government worker. And
that's doing logistics.
That's a misconception that a lot of people have because, well, they don't know about it, and there's nothing wrong with not knowing.
Well, no, like because the vast majority of government workers legit are fucking paper pushers, right? The vast majority of fucking government workers are paper. Yeah, like the amount of fucking females work the government, the males is like 70-30, maybe even 80-20 at this point. It's fucking ridiculous.
You're describing two different class of workers, though. You're basically you're talking about bureaucrats. I'm talking about the majority who actually work for the government are technicians. They are postal workers. They are people who actually, like, I work in a depot. I fix airplanes for a living.
Okay, so are there more technicians than paper pushers?
Yes.
No.
Because it takes more people to do the shit that we do versus you can put any monkey in an office and have them stamp shit and fill out forms. You can't just put anyone, you can't just say, hey, go fix this plane or go fix this tank or this helicopter. There's millions of technicians versus hundreds of thousands of paper pushers. There is a difference.
No.
And I'll kind of vouch for him because TFM, he used to be a government paper pusher himself, and he says the majority of the paper pushers were absolutely fucking useless. Except for him, he was like he worked so hard he had all his shit done before his bosses. He got in shit for it once.
Don't believe
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. All right, like first off, the vast majority of fucking government workers work for the states. They don't even work for the fucking federal government. Right?
Well, those are state workers. Those really aren't your average traditional government worker. When someone hears government, they think Fed.
Well, there's way more of them. All right, do you know how many people work for the government? Do you know the number?
The federal or the states?
Both.
Together, no clue.
I believe
47 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's just under Walmart.
Oh, they're all just technicians. Fuck out of here. Like,
yeah, I gotta agree, Peter. There's no way all of them are or most of them are technicians. Most of them are I'm sure pencil pushers.
There's a difference between a bureaucrat. Most bureaucrats do hate Trump. Most of your bureaucrats do hate Trump.
Okay, because let's talk about who government workers are. All right, you're talking about like your fucking DMV workers, your DOT workers, your fucking people who work for the fucking Office of Vital Statistics, Social Security workers, post office fucking workers, teachers, fucking trying to think here, fucking police officers. For every one police officer that you fucking have working for like your state government, for instance, right? There's like 8 to 10 fucking people behind him pushing fucking pencils. All right. And this is the thing that nobody understands about shit. Legit is that like, there is a vast amount of fucking pencil pushers in goddamn government that people just don't know. They have no clue that they're.
Well, I know like in my program, I know that behind me, I have about 6 apprentices. I have, this is just my program. 6 apprentices. I have 2 engineers, 3 planners, 1 logistics specialist, and above me I have my direct boss and 4 other people up to an executive level. And of course they're assisting staff and stuff. So for the 7 or 8 people that directly work with me as technicians, the support staff, I wouldn't use engineers. I would put planners and engineers as bureaucrats. I would look more at the executives who are looking for funding and stuff like that. Those are your bureaucrats. And actually, considering I work for the DOD, the majority of those guys love Trump, because we're getting more money to be able to do this kind of shit.
Right. Here's what I'm telling you. It's just like for every one soldier in the field, right? There's like 8, 10, 15 people behind. Right. And that's kind of the part that like fucking like I think you're missing. Like above you is like fucking 20 fucking people who like fucking fund nonsense and just put papers around and do human resources and fucking
I'm
diversity.
Just talking about at my site. I'm talking about directly in my organization.
Not your site. Your site is like you work in like a shop, right? I know shops, right? But here's the thing, like for every like over at the police officer depot, right, where like they have all the cop cars and or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Fucking they stand here and they'll have I put like the mechanics working there or the guys moving the cars around or whatever. But the people who actually run the fucking site work at the goddamn state house. You know what I mean? They work at the fucking Capitol building. Well, and there's an office of like 30 or 40 people who are in here fucking, we need to change this car out. We need to fucking do this. This guy needs a repair. We have to process this. Does this get approved? Does this not get approved? We need a fucking lawyer to be able to say things. You know what I'm saying? And like, the government full of excessive amount of motherfucking paper pushers and shit.
There are an excessive amount, but I mean, you're conflating Fed and state as if they run in conjunction, because they don't. They run opposed to each other quite often.
Yeah, they're all government, dude.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree there, because.
Well, okay, like is there not like the same goddamn redundant programs at the state and government level, state and federal level?
Yeah, that's actually one of the things Trump was working on from the beginning when he talks about cutting regulations. He's actually talking about cutting down those redundancies, because even in like just the federal government, you see redundancies in things like, you have this regulation for the EPA. Well, not only does the federal have this regulation for the EPA, you have that at state level. You have that at state level of 4 different organizations. In the federal, you have it at least in 6, that same regulation for 6 different departments. that all businesses have to comply with, and then they have to do that on top of state. That's why opening a business is so damn expensive these days. And that's what Trump was talking about when he's talking about we're going to cut we're cutting regulation. That's actually what he was doing. He was trying to get rid of that kind of stuff.
Well, we were just talking about that. Legit.
Yeah.
Like, we was just talking about like fucking the fact that like if you wanted to open up like say a butcher shop or some shit to feed your local community because there's no hamburger on the shelves, you couldn't fucking do it.
No. Because I mean, just with the FDA alone, with their stranglehold on things, it's cost too damn much.
And then on top of that, you need local licenses and motherfucking, local fucking approvals and fucking restaurant fucking licenses and whatever, all the bullshit. Like fucking food inspections and fucking, beverage inspections and like, oh man, it's a sanitation up to par. Is your Department of Health fucking gonna get approval? Do you have the handicap fucking accessible fucking ramps? Do you have handicap accessible bathrooms? Is your fucking counter too fucking high? Like, there's so much shit, when it comes down to it, in order to fucking just get basic approval, to fucking open a goddamn business. And if you did it, and said fuck the state, like they just immediately shut you the fuck down.
Yeah, if it would be amazing if we would actually do away with a lot of the permit requirements for just basic construction.
Like a lot of the counties here have there's no permits required to build shit. You want to build a house, you build it. Yeah.
And see, that's because you live in a more rural community.
Yeah. Like fucking if you live up in the mountains and shit, like you just build. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Like fucking you don't ask permission from nobody for shit. You just
if you live in a metropolitan, you've got to have permits for everything. Even if you're in a town, it's kind of ridiculous.
Here in the burg, like we went through and we had to redo this fucking these efficiency apartments that caught on fire, right? And that means we had to strip out all the old fucking lead piping and fucking asbestos and all this shit, right? And then we had to put in new fucking plumbing and whatever. And they go, you have to pull in a permit for every appliance, and the permit's $50, right?
Yeah.
So every appliance means that we're not talking about like a washer and dryer. We're talking every sink, every toilet, every bathtub, each one's its own appliance. So it's $50 a piece for each time you want to put in each one of those things, right? And then on top of that, you have to have an inspector come out and approve what you did. And then on top of that, all of those individually have to be vented to the motherfucking ceiling. And it have to go to the fucking roof.
God, I love it.
Yo, man, but this is here's what I'm saying, right? Like legit. Like for all of this shit, like none of these guys are technicians. None of these guys who fucking approve any of this bullshit are fucking technical people, right? These are just bullshit government workers, pencil pushers, right? And all of those peoples will have a secretary, you know what I'm saying? And all of those motherfuckers will have like 4 or 5 human resources people on top of them. And all of those people will have fucking people who allot them in fucking cars to them. And then they'll stand here and have people who do the fucking funding budgets for them. And they'll have people who do the fucking accounting for them, right? And all of this above that one guy who's out here fucking inspecting fucking houses and fucking another person who's supposed to be doing